Alright. Let's do the Homestuck. Bloodthirst and bratwurst. That sounds safe. How many volumes? There's 18, right? Oh. And then locked. Cool. You have just crash landed on a planet called Alternia. What? Alternia? Never heard of a place called that. Wild. And staggered from the smoldering wreckage of your ship. You are now completely alone in a strange world. Desperate for information, for provisions, and possibly a bit of medical attention. Yeah, that sounds about right. Having crash landed. But most of all, you are desperate for, is it friendship? Is it friendship? Yes, it's friendship! This is gonna be a long visual novel. Won't someone on this godforsaken rock be your buddy? Oh man. That is definitely, I mean, I will say, given that we're still in pandemic times, this is very relatable. Won't someone on this godforsaken rock be your buddy? That's basically my mood constantly. Any weirdo will do. You're not that big. Again, mood. Pandemic mood. Hang on, what's this now? Bestie time? It is bestie time, Aiko. We're gonna make some besties. That's all I know about this game, is that it takes place at Alternia and you make some besties. Hang on, what's this now? Is someone approaching? Alright, do I want Ardata Carmia or Diemen Xicali? She looks scary. He looks nice. Should we go with scary or nice? Let's go with nice. Yes, someone is approaching. A strange gray-skinned alien with a cozy-looking vest. Perhaps they will make for a good friend? What up? Ooh. Hang on, sorry. I didn't get a good look at you before I started talking. I guess you're really weird looking. Kind of uncomfortable about this. Oh, thanks for being... I chose the racist one. Oh no! The racist one and a hot dog. I thought he'd be friendly. Your stammering reply eventually conveys that you are a lost traveler who is hungry and probably in need of some medical treatment. You're also really lonely and wouldn't mind making a new friend right about now. Hungry, huh? I see what your game is. You aren't sure what he's talking about. Then your eyes drift towards the obvious target. That exquisite hot dog he's holding. He looks really, really good. Your mouth starts watering noticeably. Oh no. I knew it. You're just like all the rest. Your agenda is to have me relinquish my delicacy. Well, forget it. I've been tricked out of 2 other oblong meat products this week already. I know you probably think I'm an easy mark due to my blood color, but I still have some dignity at least. You don't know anything about his blood color, or why that would matter in this conversation about his hot dog. You're hungry, sure, but you didn't mean to cast a threatening gaze at his meal. All you really want to do is make a new buddy, so you don't feel quite so alone in this strange new world. I see. You just want a friend and not my sweet meat. Yep. Sorry, I get a little paranoid when I walk around with such delicacies in public. You can't be too careful. Folks tend to get that greedy look in their eyes around my warm sausage. This is so awkward. I don't want to be talking about your sausage, Diemen. These are odd ways to express the things he's saying, you think, but it would be rude to point that out. Probably best to change the subject. Get this blossoming friendship moving in the right direction. Ask if he lives nearby, ask if you can have a bite of his hot dog. It looks amazing. Well, that's not... Okay, both of these seem bad because generally if I meet someone and they're like, do you live nearby, that's a little creepy. But also I'm pretty sure he's gonna kill me if I try to eat his hot dog. Yeah, or I used to, I mean. My place was bombed by drones a while ago. Oh no, he's homeless! We're both, well buddy, we're both homeless! Now I don't have a hive, but I'm making it work out here. Already sensed sexual undertones. Well, this is Homestuck, so... You know, if it wasn't a little bit awkward, would it actually be Homestuck? Foraging for tasty things when I can. I've gotten pretty good at it. Talking to people into giving me meat products, I mean. You quickly feel a sense of pity for your new friend. You thought you had it rough, crash landing here, hungry and friendless, and come to think of it, feels like your arm is broken? Your ribs too, maybe? But enough self-pity. Okay, wait a second, that's not self-pity. Saying, I think my arm might be broken, I could use some medical attention. That's not self-pity. That's just like normal taking care of yourself and making sure you don't die. This is about making a new great friend. You ask your friend if there's anything you can do to improve his life. Don't worry about my cracked ribs, it's fine. How can I help you, Diemen? Oh, wait. Are we friends now? We are. We are definitely friends, yes. Cause we talked about your hot dog in very uncomfortable ways, and then I asked where you live, and that's all that's needed to be friends. Like, is that official? Man, I don't know. Why don't we slow it down a bit, see how things go? Not saying it's out of the question, I just think I should take some time to see if you're actually friendship material. That's valid. Someone I trust, you know? Not just another looky-loo gunning for my delicacy. Oh dang, you got... This is already so weird. You got out over your skis again. Of course he's right. This is totally reasonable. It is. Yeah, it is. It is reasonable to be like, maybe I just met you 5 minutes ago, so we're not best friends? You feel sure you can do what it takes to win him over. You make a mental note to avoid looking at or mentioning his hot dog, since it seems to be such a sensitive subject. So awkward. I should have chosen the scary girl. You do everything in your power to avert your gaze from the hot dog. You are aggressively not looking at him. In fact, don't think hot dog thoughts. Don't think hot dog thoughts. Is it working? Is it working? I just feel very awkward. You aren't thinking about hot dogs at all. It's like he isn't even holding one. And no one ever even brought up the fact that hot dogs exist. He seems to notice on some primal level your current non-hot dog mindset. He smiles. You pay closer attention to the boy's face. It's a nice smile he has, actually. Very kind, disarming, a few freckles here and there, a mop of messy hair draping over his eyes. What a nice friend this would be to have, you think. He's kind of adorable, really, if you disregard the prickly attitude about his hot dog. Okay, wait a minute. You don't want to start thinking thoughts that you are too friendly. You should dial this down a little. Stick to the basics. You just want a cool new friend, nothing more. You should try to spark up some non-meat related conversation soon before things get awkward. You wonder about his house. It got bombed? Yeah, you know. Routine drone pass through my hood. A little bombing, a little coaling. That's how it goes around here. What a grim dystopia you live in, sweetie. Oh, whoops. I accidentally... Oh yeah, let's just save. Let's just save. I was a lucky one. My loss is not so much. He's a goner. Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, we can be friends at least. You don't know what a lussus is, but you can deduce it was someone important to him who probably died in the bombing. Rather than overwhelm him with annoying questions about his culture, you decide the right place to show some sympathy. Thanks. I miss him. Sometimes I think I enjoy savory bun delights as a way of covering up the pain. Yeah, you are eating your feelings. That would make sense. They're so good, though. It's hard to stop. I also favored the juicy meats before he died anyway. It's something we did together. How did we start talking about my hot dog once more? Let's drop it. Please, dude, don't bring it up again. You didn't bring it up, but you don't want to correct him. The boy is clearly grieving. You see 2 faint red tears roll down his cheeks from behind the messy bangs. Your heart can't take it. You have to console this homeless boy somehow. Then he'll definitely be your friend. This is so awkward. I would never do this in real life. I would feel too much social discomfort. But what to do? Give him a friendly pat on the back, give him a reassuring hug. Let's just give him a pat on the back. You keep it simple and pat him on the back a couple times. Everything's going to be okay. Since you're his new friend, or at least working toward earning that status, he has a new ally to help him with whatever comes his way. I'm surprised we can even pat him on the back, given that we apparently have a broken arm and cracked ribs. He wipes his tears and appears to get himself back together. Your friendly gesture worked. You're right, I shouldn't let the past get me down. In a way, I'm free. I'm off the grid, they probably think I died. No need to worry about knocks on my door because I don't have a door anymore. Maybe I can live off the land for the rest of my life, scrounging for sumptuous indulgences wherever I may find them. By rummaging through awful drums or smooth talking the right mark. Sounds like the life on it. Does it, though? Does it? Does being homeless and scrounging for food sound like the life? I miss my losses, but I think he would be proud of me. If I can make it without him, if I can survive on my own, I know he would be proud. Maybe I don't even need to leave the planet? Maybe I can avoid taking the ordeals altogether. I can't test who you can't find. If I play my cards right, I can probably live to ripe old age on this planet without getting caught. I like hiding in alleys and sewers, scraping together just enough succulent proteins to keep myself going. Honestly, I don't even need to get by that long, since I have a much shorter lifespan than most trolls. Yeah! Great! Loving this conversation, this is very happy. So I think I might just be able to make this work. You look confused at the last remark, but again, don't want to be impolite. He holds up his hand as if to tell you not to bother. I can tell you're not from here, it's okay. Rustbloods don't live a long time. Blood classes higher than me live progressively longer the higher you go up. Sea dwellers live basically forever. It's kind of crazy and seems unfair, but that's how it is. I'd be jealous of them, but I think I'm not. I'm almost grateful I don't have very long to make it in this world. I don't know what I'd do if I had longer. Yeah? Again, feeling great about this game. I'm happy to settle into a nice short ride, keep a low profile, taking some good meat along the way. Nothing wrong with that life if you ask me. That's one way to look at it, yep. That is indeed one way to look at this. You understand. It seems like a tragic story, but if your friend has made peace with his destiny, you might as well too. I mean, given that we're apparently injured and on a troll planet, we probably don't have long to live either, so it's also fine. You know, we're in basically the same situation. Homeless! We'll get killed if anyone finds us. Just scrounging to live. You offer a sympathetic shrug and continue your impressive streak of consecutive seconds not looking at his hot dog at all. He smiles again. He seems to be relaxing, gripping the dog a little less tightly. That's good. You know, you're good at listening. Not many people understand me at all. A lot of people find my overly possessive attitude towards meaty delights to be strange and off-putting. I've heard this more than once and lost some friends that way. Whew. Maybe Diemen can give you some pointers. Yeah, we're just gonna live off the land together, it's fine. There are some past personal dramas I do not want to think about, let me tell you. But you're different. Maybe you put me at ease because it's obvious you're even lower than me? No offense, but you are. Drones would vaporize a hornless goof like you, no questions asked. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. You laugh it off. You're not scared, you say. You've survived worse. You pat your broken ribs and wince. You clutch your sore ribs with your broken arm and wince even harder because of that. This is going great. We're really flourishing on Alternia. Oh man, looks like that arm's hurt, huh? Guess it's broken. Let's see what we can do about that. Here, hold this a second. Oh wow, okay, we are definitely friends now. He's letting me hold his hot dog. Which I can't, this feels so dirty. He hands you his hot dog without hesitation. Oh wow, he wants you to hold it? This is such a remarkable gesture of trust. You're overwhelmed. You gingerly take the hot dog with your good arm, being very careful. You hold the hot dog from beneath your fingertips as if it's a priceless, delicate treasure. He takes off his vest and puts it on the ground. Then he takes off his shirt. You avert your eyes for a moment, then realize that's silly. Nothing particularly indecent about this, you suppose. If he's comfortable, so are you. Then he puts his vest back on, takes the hot dog back from you, and hands you the shirt. Here, make a sling out of it. That should help. Sure, Diemen. Sure. He's right, it does help. Does it though? We need at least like a splint or something. Can we at least set the arm? Your broken arm is a lot more comfortable and secure. This shirt smells like meat too. You can't tell if that's a bonus or if it's weird. You decide it's a bonus. This is your new friend. He loves meat and so do you. It's your greatest common interest in fact. Nice. You know, I think we make a pretty good team. I don't know if I'm ready to officially call you my friend yet. Okay, but you let me hold the hot dog, Diemen, okay? But I may be getting close. You're pushing all the right buttons, man. Just being someone who listens and understands. You have no idea how much that means to me. You're so happy to hear this. It makes your heart sing. Well, if you're keeping it totally real, some of the things he's saying are just a little strange. Like, maybe this boy wasn't really socialized properly by his Lussus, you guess? You think that might be his dad? But again, you don't dare ask. Not when the positive feelings are flowing like this. Why kill the mood? All of this feels like self-justification to use not asking questions as a coping mechanism. Like, all of this is just self-preservation. We can't ask him too many things because we need someone to help keep us alive. No troll is socialized properly, I swear. I was kind of thinking the same thing. He gets a little closer and swoops a hand through his thick black bangs. For the briefest moment, you catch a glimpse of one of his eyes, regarding you fondly. Your heart beats a little faster. Wait, are we dating him now? He puts a hand on your shoulder. You're starting to wonder if all he's interested in is friendship. You hope that's all he wants. You don't think you're ready for anything more than that. You're desperate for friendship, or really companionship of any sort, but that's moving pretty fast for you. But you're too nervous to make your feelings clear on all this. If he goes further, you're not sure if you'll have the will to protest. Well, this is definitely, I gotta survive out here, so I guess I just do what the troll wants. This doesn't sound like just friendship, you just met this guy. Yeah, agreed and agreed. Listen, dude. This gorgeous meat product we both admire, I'm thinking maybe we share it. Oh, wow. Amazing. Amazing. Okay. Well, basically, I think either we're now best friends or I've just agreed to marry him. I'm not sure which one. It might be both. That sounds good, actually. Oh my, yes. That sounds wonderful. You're so hungry, and you're beside yourself with gratitude the demon is willing to share with you something so precious to him. It really means a lot. Best friend material. Yeah, I mean, I will say that being willing to share hot dogs with you, that is, like, really good qualities to have in a friend. Oh, great, you get to share the meat. Yeah, this isn't gonna be awkward and sexual at all. Here, I have an idea. Wait, are we gonna do the Lady and the Tramp? You're eating 2 ends of spaghetti, and then you meet in the middle and kiss, except we're gonna be eating both sides of the hot dog, and then we meet in the middle and kiss? He brings his face. We're totally gonna do the spaghetti thing. He brings his face close to yours. He holds the hot dog up between your faces, with both ends of the hot dog pointing to his mouth and yours. You're not sure what he wants you to do. You can't find the breath to ask. It seems like he wants you to eat the hot dog with him, Lady and Tramp style. Yes, I called it. Perfect. Yes, if pressed on it, you'd agree the act is uncomfortably erotic. But you have to admit, it is a good way to share a food item, whilst ensuring it gets split about evenly. You absolutely loathe the idea of letting a friend down. It's completely at odds with your values as a person. It seems like us, as the character, have real problems with boundaries. You chomp down on your end of the hot dog as he does with his end simultaneously. It's so good. Oh. You take another bite, and he times his bite perfectly. This is so creepy. I feel so uncomfortable. I don't like this. I should have chosen the creepy girl. He's eerily good at this game. It's throwing off your chewing a bit, which makes you cough a little when you swallow. But you don't feel like you can pause without breaking eating rhyme with him. Might be what a bad friend would do. Maybe we need to learn some boundaries, but then again, this is all to make sure that we get to survive on Alternia. You keep going without really swallowing as you go. You get closer. I feel so uncomfortable with this. You get closer to his face, which is creating an imminent situation you aren't sure how you're going to handle. You haven't planned for it. It's coming up fast. I hate this. I hate this so much. The hot dog backlog collecting in your throat is getting a bit too heavy. So you try to swallow, but you can't. You gag and cough it all. Oh my gosh, I hate this. Please make it stop. You gag and cough up all the chewed hot dog matter explosively into his face. He recoils, absolutely stunned. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I hate this. He recoils, absolutely stunned. His bangs are blown back and he's staring at you with wide eyes. Hot dog and fun bits are all over his face. He says nothing for a moment. Just normal Homestuck things. Yup. Yeah. He says nothing for a moment, then puts his hand to his throat. I don't like this. He's joking. He points at his mouth desperately. You need to do something. The Heimlich, of course. That's what you need to do. You need to save your friend's life. Well, I'm glad that we weren't the only one who was choking. Is this an anxiety simulator? It sure feels like it. You get behind him and put your good arm around his belly and form a fist. You plunge the fist in under his ribs, trying to dislodge his masticated delicacy. It's no use. You can't get any leverage. You need your other arm. Oh, gosh. It really hurts, though. You'll have to make the sacrifice for your friend. Yes, a friend who may have just tried to trick you into kissing him with a silly hot dog stunt. You're not sure how you'll navigate that tricky subject once he's breathing again, but you'll deal with that later. Right now, you have a life to save. You pull your broken arm out from its sling and grab the other fist in front of his belly and squeeze. You try and try and try. His face is turning, well, not blue, deep red? You guess because his blood is rust-colored? Sure, that makes sense. You yank one more time, your broken arm throbbing in pain. A huge gob of chewed hot dog launches out of his mouth like a cannonball, and the explosion creates enough force in the other direction it causes you to accidentally lift him up into the air and accidentally suplex him into the mud behind you. You, in turn, go tumbling over him, and the two of you are soon locked in an... This sounds so painful. Oh my gosh. I'm pretty sure we're just gonna, like, bleed out internally as a result, but I guess at least we saved his life. You in turn go tumbling over him, and the two of you are soon locked into an inseparable pinwheel of interspecies downhill mayhem. You roll and roll down the grassy incline toward a nearby neighborhood, toward a street. Luckily, you stop just short of the street, but Demons, I don't think I pronounced his name consistently once. I guess do I call him Diemen? I should probably just call him Diemen. Diemen's neck lands right on the sharp edge of the... Did we just kill him? Diemen's neck lands right on the sharp edge of the curb, and after flipping in the air once or twice, you come down... Oh my gosh. I think we might have just killed him. This is so upsetting. Why would people tell me to play this game? Why would people tell me to play this game? You're probably gonna need to restart. I only made two choices. Okay? The lady in the trampoline wasn't even a choice. That was the only one I had. We're so bad at friendship. But Diamond's neck lands right on the sharp edge of the curve, and after flipping in the air once or twice, you come down right to his face, you hear a crack. Diamond! You slap his cheek a little, no response. He's not breathing. You check his mouth, throat is clear of hot dog debris. This can't be happening. You look around, panicked. This isn't what you need right now. All you wanted was a friend. You can't be held responsible for alien murder. Okay, we definitely did not murder him. That was 100% an accident, and he was the one being crazy with the hot dog stunt. But also, this is a very bad situation to be in. You have to hide the body. We're gonna die. I should have chosen the creepy girl. You see a couple of kids creeping out of nearby houses to see what all the commotion is. There's no time. You've got to find a bush or something. There, over there, looks like a little alien bushy thing. It's pretty small, but it'll have to do. You drag the vested shirtless carcass over to the bush. You dump the body in the bush, and it's really not convincing. It looks like a dead kid was unceremoniously dropped on top of a small bush in a poor attempt to conceal a murder. Control-Z, Control-Z, Control-Z. It's too late! It's too late! We're a vigilante now! We're going with it! You've got to come up with a better... Wait a minute, someone is standing behind you. Oh, it's the creepy girl. Hello, stranger. Don't worry about this little mess you've made. I'll take care of it for you. Oh dear. You killed him. Yeah, I didn't mean to, okay? I was just trying to be a good friend. Wow, we already lost. Great job. Well, I guess we have to restart because the place that I saved from isn't gonna change anything. We're gonna not choose him again. We're gonna choose the creepy girl. Alright, yeah, I know. We're still alone. We want friendship. Yes, someone is approaching. A strange, gray-skinned alien clad in blue. Perhaps they will make for a good friend? Yep, great start. Great start. Accidentally killed my first friend. But you have him as a friend, though. I did. I did have him as a friend. But also he had poor boundaries. He basically tried to, like, kiss me. Trick me into kissing him. Very uncomfortable. Don't feel good about that friendship. Hopefully Creepy Girl will not try to assault me. Yes, someone is approaching. A strange, gray-skinned alien clad in blue. Perhaps they will make for a good friend? I can retry with him, but I feel demoralized now, Phoenix Wolf. Sorry, going well! And just what are you supposed to be? Your stammering reply eventually conveys that you are a lost traveler who is hungry and probably in need of some medical treatment. You're also really lonely and wouldn't mind making a new friend right about now. Have fun with this one? Well, that's why I chose the one that looked friendly to begin with and not the creepy girl. I don't want to make friends with the troll goth. I don't know if she's gonna try to actually eat me. This is Alternia. She might be an actual vampire. Oh my. Oh, how funny this is. How very droll you. You want to be my friend? It's too much. This thing at my doorstep, wishing to know me in any capacity. The hilarity somehow escapes my ability to capture this maniacal laughter. How rare. You apologize for your presumptuous request. Look, here's the thing. This is true. I realize that she is not an actual shiny vampire, but there can be more than one kind of vampire. Like, in lore, right? There is often more than one kind of vampire, right? Maybe she's not a shiny vampire. Maybe she's a what we do in the shadows vampire, okay? I don't know. She seems dangerous, though. Maybe I should have gone back to Hot Dog Kid. This is going so poorly. I miss the days when I was just trying not to look at the boy's hot dog and feeling uncomfortable. I feel uncomfortable for other reasons. Just what the heck do you think you're doing? Who invited you to leave? You stop in your tracks obediently and turn to face her again. Your possibly broken ribs are throbbing in pain, but this does not strike you as the right moment to exhibit weakness. It dawns on me that we may have gotten off on the wrong saunter pod. Okay, well, considering that I said, let's be friends, and then you laughed in my face and said that's hilarious. She's probably dangerous. Be careful with her. Yeah, I mean, she seems dangerous. It dawns on me that we may have gotten off on the wrong saunter pod. Where are my manners? Ghastly behavior on my part. After all, it isn't your fault you seem to me as some sort of hideous freak, is it? And such a tragic creature cannot be held responsible for such a devastating shortfall of social competence. It would weep for you, really. Except that crying out of three eyes at once gets a bit messy. So instead I think I'll be saving my tears for someone less offensively worthless. You aren't sure if she's inviting you inside? Or if she just got you to stay a little longer so she could insult you more? You try to remain stoic while your confrontational new friend decides what to do with you. Unfortunately, you sniffle slightly. Oh. Oh my. Oh dear, you're sad? So amusing to me, mildly endearing even? Perhaps I'll decide later if it's endearing. Once I have more information, it's entirely possible I will retroactively decide it's disgusting. But for now, try to put yourself at ease, you completely pitiful fool. Not one more sniffle. Do you understand? You nod, while practicing exemplary control over your nose.
You've gotten yourself so agitated. I wonder why. You have nothing to worry about from me. Of course I will be your friend. Conditionally, I mean. There is a chance the designation will be formalized if you behave in ways that I approve of starting now. Let's call it a friendship in progress. Agreed?
Your heart swelled. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest. If someone says, I only want to be your friend if we later sign a contract formalizing that, that's usually a big ol' red flag. But again, we really have no options here. Your heart swells. This is what you've been waiting for. A new friend. Oh gosh. All you have to do now is try not to... Yeah! Let's not... It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. We just have to not sniffle. Oops. We just have to not sniffle and show a sign of weakness and be just the right amount of endearing, but not like too endearing, because that's probably a sign of weakness. This is going well. Yeah, so I killed the first friend and the second one hates me. So this is great. Save soon so you can go back. Yeah. Feels sad. All you have to do now is try not to mess anything up, possibly for many hours. Feel good about this? Oh no, don't go into her house. She's probably gonna eat you.
Come into my hive, this way, after me. You look like you could use some nourishment.
That's what a healthy friendship is all about, not being vulnerable. Exactly. Exactly, ruler of flapjacks.
I don't know what it is that whatever you are eats, generally, but it doesn't matter. You will eat whatever it is I have on hand if I tell you to. How does that sound?
How does it sound? What I'm worried here is that last time I chose the obviously right answer, and it ended up with Diemen getting killed. So I don't know if choosing what is obviously the right answer will keep me alive, or if it will end up with her serving me as a banquet to her friends. I chose the answer. It's probably the wrong one. Clearly, I don't know what I'm doing.
Obviously, it sounds good. You will definitely enjoy it. You will enjoy everything I provide you with and tell you to. I can't imagine any sort of negativity or disagreement coming from one of my friends.
Yes, because that's another sign of a healthy friendship, is not being allowed to disagree with your friends.
I will assume that we share this philosophy when it comes to friendship.
You say, oh yes, absolutely. You nod as enthusiastically as you can without aggravating your broken ribs. You consider giving her a thumbs up as well until you realize that one of your arms is probably broken too. You'll try to make sure she doesn't notice, though. It would probably leave a bad impression.
Come with me. There's something I need your help with.
Oh dear. You follow her into her hive. It's a bit gloomy in here. You suppose she's going to fix you something to eat soon, as you promised. You pass through her kitchen and out the other side to another room. I see meat hooks on the ceiling. I don't feel good about this. Okay, you guess dinner can wait.
This way. Try not to let any of your broken limbs slow you down. A good friend wouldn't allow such trifling physical ailments cause me any inconvenience.
Oh, so you guess she does know you're injured. Fair enough. You hobble a little faster through another door into a much darker room. And now down a flight of stairs? Oh, she is definitely going to eat us. Like, we are definitely going to be eaten. It's hard to see. There are torches along the wall ahead. A monstrous noise. Oh, she's not going to eat. She's just going to feed us to her lusses. Okay, that's fine. There are torches along the wall ahead. A monstrous noise rumbles below. Don't mind her. She's just hungry. She's always hungry, though.
What's that? You're hungry too? I have not forgotten.
Just eat me already so I can restart and go back to Hot Dog Boy. I feel like this really is an anxiety simulator, alright? I'm sitting here like, oh, fantastic. The first friend tried to convince me to kiss him, and then I accidentally killed him. Second friend probably wants to eat me. Like, as someone who has social anxiety, this is like worst case scenario across the board. Like, all of the options are bad, all of the results are bad, all that happens is me feeling discomfort in real life. Yeah, I know. What kind of piece of okay. Just eat me, it's fine. You didn't remind her that you're hungry. You thought it, though. Can she read your mind? We should have just stayed home. We definitely should have just stayed home. You hope not. That's going to make this friendship and progress a bit awkward.
Here we are. This is where you will be most useful to me as a friend.
You look around. With a sense of relief, you see no sign of whatever hungry thing was grumbling down here. You are less relieved to see several other kids trapped in cages of various shapes and sizes. Great. One of them makes eye contact with you. The boy is the same kind of alien as her, horns and all. He has a dark red symbol on his shirt. His expression seems to plead with you. Oh no, is that Diemen? Is it Diemen? Have we found Diemen in her lair? He struggles to say, "Help!" Your new friend looks unamused and twitches her finger. "Help! Oh," he says. "Help-lo!" By which I mean, hello, of course. Looks like you're the new friend in progress chosen by the great and beautiful Ardata. She's my savior, my reason for being. I am nothing without her. I'd hollow myself out and let her make a nest inside of me if she'd permit it. You turn away from this boy. You don't want to hear anything he has to say, ever again. You know, I felt like I was making bad choices last time around, but I definitely chose right with getting Hot Dog Kid.
Don't mind him. He's always regarded himself as a comedian.
Yeah, definitely, poor boy.
Come, over here. This is what I need your help with, if you're going to have any value to me as a friend.
You're led to a dank corner of this, well, you're going to call it like you see it, this dungeon. Your new friend has a dungeon full of sad, suffering children, and presumably a monster lurking somewhere in here as well. It's not ideal. Then again, social beggars like you can't be choosers.
I've been having an awful time with it. You can do it for me. It will save me time.
You look at the thing in question. You doubt she's been having an awful time with it. You doubt this because it's still in its box. Run away, yes. Looking completely untouched since it was brought down here. It's a box containing a table? A table that looks ominously like it was designed to keep a person strapped to its surface. So, we're now being her IKEA assembly person? In her dungeon? Should I just start over and go back to Hot Dog Boy?
I will need you to assemble it. Here's a screwdriver in case you need it. I will assume other required tools are contained within the box.
No, finish this. I hate everything. Why do people tell me to play this game? You take the screwdriver with your non-broken arm. This isn't exactly what you had in mind. It isn't. Don't be a coward, I'm sorry. You don't know what you had in mind, really. A warm meal and friendly banter? Perhaps a sling for your arm and a remedial balm for your ribs? Still, you opened the box without protest.
Hold on, before you start. This will make for excellent content. My fans will appreciate this.
I feel very uncomfortable as someone who is currently streaming this game. This is just... It's me streaming, this girl's streaming, Me being a key assembly person. It'll get better. I hope so.
She sets up a video recording device on a tripod and points it at you. A video feed comes to life on several monitors just behind you. You see in one corner of a screen an unflattering angle of your torso hunched over the furniture box. What kind of weird fetish site do you have, Ardata? Other rectangles contain shots of the other kids in cages around the room. You suppose cameras are pointing at them too. You had no idea this friendship came with the perk of instant stardom. Now you may begin. She's suddenly sitting in a comfortable-looking chair facing you and holding a chalice, swishing around some viscous liquid it contains. You have all the parts spread out on the floor, organized according to their labels and in the instructions. You try to remember the last time you assembled something like this. You don't recall enjoying it. To be perfectly honest, this doesn't look like it will be fun at all. She frowns conspicuously. Oh, how sad for you. I'm sorry, is this activity not to your liking? You reassure her vigorously that no, it actually looks amazing. You love stuff like this. It's what you were born for, you say as you swoosh the screwdriver around, demonstrating your plainly evident skill with the tool. Forget the thing you just thought. Completely arbitrary and wrong thoughts pop into your head all the time. It meant nothing, you swear. Yes, I hear that a lot. Continue. You open the little bag full of screws. Geez, there are like 50 screws to this thing. Where can most of these screws possibly even go? Judging from the picture, the table really doesn't seem that complicated. You look at your screwdriver, then study the screws. Every single one requires an Allen wrench. Does this even come with an Allen wrench? The instructions seem to suggest it does. Mind controlling meanie, absolutely. You look around, but don't see one. Did you open the bag too forcefully? Did the Allen wrench go bouncing off into a dark dungeon crevice nearby? Maybe you lost some of the screws too, dang it. You begin to sweat and look around nervously. You check underneath one of the parts. No, it's not there. Or not under there. You grip the screwdriver a little tighter. You wonder what to do next. I just want to get out. I should probably save. I just want to leave. You know what? We're doing it. She's probably going to feed me to her losses, but screw it, we're doing it. First you clear your head and try to think innocent thoughts. Fluffy clouds in the sky. Ironing some clothes. A winning touchdown pass from the sports. Ardata's long black hair spilling over her cloak. Wait, these are not innocent thoughts. Shut it down. Shut it down. There's no time for thinking. You have to act. You hurl the screwdriver at her and run. We're gonna get eaten by our losses. Oh well, if that happens, we're going back to Hot Dog Boy. She calmly lifts a hand towards one of the kids in the cages. The kid tenses up and lifts a hand in the direction of the screwdriver. The screwdriver freezes midair right in front of Ardata's head. You run up the stairs. She twitches a finger. The cage kid does a full body spasm, and the screwdriver goes sailing towards you. Alright, we're dead. It stabs deep into your leg, and you buckle over, tumbling backwards down the stairs. I hate this. You're a crumpled heap at the bottom of the stairs, bleeding, and you think your arm is broken in 2 places now. I feel so sad. I feel so very, very sad. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. That didn't seem very friendly to me. Luckily for you, I'm very determined to make relationships work. Even ones with people who flee simple furniture assembly projects. She stands over you. You attempt to pull the screwdriver out of your leg, but your entire body locks up. You can't move. She holds an outstretched hand just above you. You shouldn't try to move yet. You certainly shouldn't try to pull out that screwdriver. You'll get blood everywhere. To my 3 little eyes, under the present conditions, it seems to me that only one of us should attempt walking up these stairs.
You feel relieved. Perhaps she has some alien means of levitating you up the stairs? Wait. No. Your body is tensing up again. It's moving without your permission. You get to your feet without taking the screwdriver out. Oh, wow, that hurts. What is she making you? Wait, what? She can't be. You use both of your arms and all your strength and pick her up entirely. The pain from your arm is excruciating. Arms with broken bones are not meant for heavy lifting. The additional weight on your wounded leg isn't great either. You hold her as a groom would hold a bride. She wraps her arms around your neck to hang on to you in what strikes you as an overly familiar manner. She looks directly into your eyes and grins. Wow is right, ruler of flapjacks.
This is better. Now onward and upward, new friend.
Your legs begin to operate without your consent. They wobble and struggle under the weight. The wound throbs. You know, I will say this is really putting everything with Hot Dog Boy back into perspective, and I will take an uncomfortable hot dog kiss with him any day. The wound throbs. You lumber back up the long flight of stairs, carrying her all the way. You take her back into the kitchen and set her down in a chair seated at a table.
You didn't think I'd forget about dinner time, did you? Let's put your unfriendly behavior behind us. It's a good thing for you that I'm benevolent enough to overlook disgusting acts of betrayal. You may have noticed I keep several friends in my hive who I have similarly forgiven. Consider the transgression blood beneath the abattoir.
This is a little too close to pathologic than I was hoping for. Ardata, let's just play pathologic instead. Sounds like you might like it. You exhale. Now that she mentions it, yes, you are hungry. Maybe a warm meal will lift your spirits and get this heretofore turbulent friendship back on track. Maybe you'll even get the chance to pull the screwdriver out of your leg. I'm gonna be honest, actually, sweetie. Depending on where the screwdriver is, you might need to keep it in there because you might bleed out if you pull it out. Just saying. You pull out a chair and attempt to sit down. But your legs lock up and then you stand again. Apparently that was not the right thing to do.
Oh, but why are you sitting? There's cooking to be done.
You know, I'm honestly surprised she hasn't eaten us so far. I really expected that we would be immediately eaten. You stagger mechanically over to the fridge and open it. You pull out a large hock of some sort of alien mystery meat and put it on the counter. With your broken arm, you reach in anguish for a big dangling meat cleaver. You chop the hock, wincing with each swing of the cleaver. This is so upsetting. You place the sliced meat in a frying pan, sear it lightly, and serve it on a plate very rare, just the way your new friend likes it. You didn't know that's the way she likes it, but you surmise this is what she prefers in a piece of meat, since technically she is the one doing the cooking. You put it on the table in front of her, along with a fork and a knife behind it. Along with a fork and knife beside it. Your muscles relax as you apparently are allowed to control your own body again. She does nothing, except for look at you with a pleased expression. Why is she like this? I don't know. I think maybe she doesn't understand that people have feelings? Which is ironic considering that she can read minds. You eye the meat in front of her, then the meat on the counter, and the chair on the other side of the table. What should you do? Prepare a plate for yourself? Is that what she wants you to do?
Well, it looks like you're confused. Isn't it obvious what to do next under your own volition? A good friend would know what to do. In fact, I don't think a good friend would take nearly as long to decide what the right thing to do next is. It actually seems to me that a very rude friend would hesitate for as long as you are hesitating. Or perhaps someone who is not a friend at all.
You begin to sweat again. You clearly don't have much time to make up your mind. If you wait for even a few seconds longer, you will probably be guilty of being a bad friend. Maybe even a dreadful one. That's not the type of person you like to think you are. What will you do? Oh dear. This feels like the only obvious thing to do. She is looking at you quite expectantly. You reach for the fork with your good arm. You go for the knife with your other. Ow! You can't do it. The arm is much less serviceable when the muscles are not being forced. The arm is much less serviceable when the muscles are not being forced via psychic override to disregard the pain response. Nevertheless, she looks at you patiently and smiles. That's nice of her, you think. Not to be mad about it. You feel like you're growing closer to your new friend by the minute. You put the fork down and pick up the knife with your good arm. You cut the meat into several pieces with a careful sawing motion. You put the knife down and pick up the fork and stab a piece. You put it close to her mouth. She seems pleased.
Very good. Nice technique. Well-sized morsels, too.
She chews the meat with excellent form. When she has very good table manners, you think. When she finishes the pieces, you slice off some more and continue. The meat looks very good. Your mouth is watering, but she doesn't offer any. Oh well, when it's the right time for you to eat too, you're sure she will let you know. The meal is finished. There is no more meat, except for a few pieces of unchewable gristle, which you did not try to feed her. That would be thoughtless. A very bad service. She reclines and steeples her fingers, looking quite pleased with how the evening has gone so far. You aren't sure why she's laughing. Did you do something funny?
Oh my.
What a fool. You point at yourself, wondering if she's referring to you. You don't know what you've done that was foolish. If so, you're also still not sure what she finds so amusing. She pauses her laughter for a minute or two, then slowly begins to frown. A faint blue tear rolls down her cheek from her bottom eye.
The truth is, I don't even know why I'm laughing. This isn't very funny, what's happening here. It was a good dinner. You did a good job, whoever you are.
Is she gonna feed us to her losses now? She puts her face in both her hands and sobs quietly. You have no idea what to do about this. You stand there, still holding the fork, feeling a bit useless.
There is a lot of pressure, you know. Being so respected and admired for your high status in this world. I didn't ask for this, to be so superior to so many. Much is expected of you, much is presumed about what your personality will be before you even develop one. You work hard and build a brand, based only on what you think people assume you should be like.
I think you got a friend. Oh boy, she definitely lives such a hard life. With her, I don't know, being a troll influencer and maybe having somewhat of a character act that she puts on. I don't know. Can I please have a doctor now?
Sometimes I wonder, am I even that good at being sinister?
Oh, you're really good. You're really good, Ardata. Don't doubt that.
Could I be more sinister if I tried harder? Maybe this is not my true calling after all.
You begin to offer words of sympathy. This all seems heartbreaking to you. Your poor new friend. But your jaw muscles contract and your mouth shuts involuntarily. You guess it's not your turn to speak yet? Okay, that works for you. You like to be a good listener to your friends.
But what would happen if I changed my brand? If I stopped being so sinister online? My friends and followers will deride and reject me. And my superiors will eat me alive. If I show weakness, if I scale back on my bloodthirsty content, will I incur the scorn of a wise clown with 100 million subscribers?
What? I miss the days when I was just worried about not kissing the weird boy who was homeless. And looking at his hot dog while he made innuendos that he didn't seem fully aware of. I don't like this, alright? Stop judging me for... Game, stop judging me for being on YouTube! Fortunately, though, I don't know anyone with 100 million subscribers, and no one with 100 million subscribers has attempted to harass me online, so that's good.
Will I be in a cage someday listening to a fool honk his horn for
Of course, there are clown influencers on Alternia. Why did I not even thinking about that? This game might have been a mistake. The amount of psychic damage I feel like I've sustained in the past hour is truly incredible.
No, I must persist. How lonely it is to know this is all I can do until the day I'll leave this planet. I have no material or sensory comforts left for me here. Until I can get on a ship and fly away, pain is my only solace.
Your hand holding the fork grips it tighter. Oh. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. I don't... No. You're horrified to realize what it is in the process of doing. You bring it hard on her hand, which is placed flat on the table. She doesn't flinch or react in any way. 3 trails of cerulean blood flow from the tines where they pierce her skin. And, you know, I'm really happy that I remembered to put the mature content warning on my channel before I started playing this. Very happy I remembered that. That wasn't friendly, you think? But then you weren't the one who did it, were you? You're so confused.
My subscribers are not real friends. They adore me only for my sinister content. The show I provide, my wicked, infectious laughter. I get jealous of them sometimes, because they get to watch my content. It must be thrilling, I think. But maybe I'm just jealous of them because they get to be people who aren't me. This is deep, I know, apologies if you cannot relate.
Oh, sweetie, little do you know. The difference between you and me is I do not try to moderate how unhinged I am on my YouTube channel. It's not a persona. It just comes naturally. She pulls the fork out of her hand and lays it gently on the plate of gristle you didn't feed to her.
The people downstairs in their cages aren't my friends either.
Shocking, Ardata! Shocking! Shocking! I could never have predicted that!
They act like they're my friends, though, and sometimes I believe it.
They act like they're your friends because they are literally trapped in cages, Ardata! They are trapped in cages!
But they don't really want to be friends with me. Nobody does. The only person who has ever really wanted to be my friend, who's ever tried to be, is you.
You clear your throat and point to yourself innocently.
That's it. I've decided. You have passed the test.
Okay, wait a second! How did I pass the test with Ardata, but I accidentally killed Hot Dog Boy?
will become my friend officially. As such, I think a reward is in order.
Congrats, you did it! And yes, I don't know either. I feel so sad. I should feel happy about making a friend, but I feel sad. You are overjoyed. I'm not. I'm sad. Your heart starts racing. It is racing because I'm sad. You can't believe it. A new real friend. But you don't have much time to enjoy this achievement. Your body is doing something again. You bend down in a strained motion and pick up the plate and fork. You position the plate over your wide open mouth and scrape in all the remaining gristle and begin chewing. It's virtually inedible. Your mouth humors the act of chewing for 2 seconds and then you swallow all of it whole in one painful gulp. Tastes like friendship. I feel so sad. Great. We did it. We did it. Okay, what happens with this one if I just do my best assembling the table? You decide it would be best not to complain about the missing Allen wrench. Your friend would probably consider it bad form. You'll just make do and twist in all the screws by hand, as best you can. Your broken arm isn't making this any easier. You favor the other one and prop pieces into place precariously leaning against each other, whilst you nudge them into position with your legs so the screw holes align. It's really frustrating work, you're not going to lie. As you are twisting in the first screw, the groove slips and the screw gets stuck, but you've already turned it too tight. Now it's hard to get it out. You twist and reverse harder, but your fingers slip and the table pieces start to slide. They're going to fall. You react to catch them, but it's too late. The heavier piece tips over and slams you in the broken ribs on its way to the floor. It hits the floor with a bang. The stuck screw pops out and goes bouncing 10 or 15 feet away, settling deep underneath a piece of dungeon furniture. Gosh, you're probably going to need to get that. You hear a light chuckle. Good. Good. She takes another sip from her chalice and settles even more comfortably into her chair. Is she enjoying this? You think she's enjoying watching you struggle to put this stupid thing together? Maybe a little too much. Nevertheless, you continue. A friend is a friend, and you don't like to let your friends down. You've committed yourself to this project. You will get the screw out from under there, a bit later. Maybe when you need the final screw. You turn your attention back to the table pieces and try a different strategy. You place the biggest part, the table platform, flat on the floor. The legs would be pointing upward if they were attached. You position one leg in the right spot in alignment with the holes, sit on the table platform, and steady the leg with your feet. You grab another screw and concentrate. She sounds so pleased. It's strange, you admit, for watching this sort of activity to make someone so happy. But you also have to admit to taking a certain pride in it. It's wonderful, actually, to feel useful, wanted, important even, if only somewhat menially, to a great new friend who has discovered a way for your talents to improve her life. Out of the corner of your eye, you notice one of the cage kids reaching out with his hand. He's concentrating. Then you notice the screw you lost slowly sliding out from underneath its hiding place. Nice. Everyone's working like a team down here. Ardata does not look at the kid, but sneers a bit. She reaches toward him, and he appears to have trouble breathing. After a moment, you notice the screw slowly slides back under the thing. Oh, that poor kid. She releases him from his breathing problems, resumes her pleasant expression, and takes another sip from the chalice. You guess that was against the rules? You decide to make a note of it. Your friend runs a tight ship down here. You respect that. Do you, though? Do we respect that? I don't think we respect that. I think maybe we're just really scared and in survival mode. About an hour later, you have all 4 legs on, plus some other accoutrements attached. You wrestle mightily with the thing to get it upright, using only your good arm. It seems she may have forgotten about the final missing screw. You doubt the table needs it. You decide you won't bring it up if she won't. You give it a test. It's pretty wobbly since you were only able to tighten the screws with your bare fingers, but again, she doesn't seem to mind. She reclines and has a look on her face which makes her appear absolutely enamored of her handiwork. She has finished her drink and the chalice is on a side table. Some awful looking thing crawls along the floor toward her. It looks like some sort of spider, the size of an average dog. Its abdomen is preposterously large. Actually, you think it's a huge tick? That's what it looks like. It settles just in front of her. She puts her legs on top of it and crosses them. It settles under their weight and grumbles. Let's try it out, shall we? You shrug and sit down on the rather rickety table. You're about to lie down, but she interrupts you. No. You fool, you absolute fool. What do you think you're doing? That's not what I meant. Get up. You stand up, embarrassed. Again, without looking at the caged kid, she raises an arm toward him and beckons. He stares blankly and opens his own cage, which apparently wasn't locked. He shuffles vacantly over to your table and lies down on its surface. Why did I think that it would be a good idea to find out what happened on the path I didn't take? The path less traveled? This was probably a poor choice. She looks at you expectantly. You aren't sure what to do. What? You didn't think I'd be playing table stickball on that thing, did you? You aren't sure what table stickball is. It's pool, sweetie. Oh, you really are pretty simple, aren't you? It's like a miniature version of arena stickball played on a table. Got it? You don't, but you nod. Now to it. You shackle the kid's arms and legs to the table. That seems to be the right thing to do since the thing comes fitted with shackles. It's good to know that IKEA in Alternia has torture tables that you can just pick up and take home and assemble yourself. I feel really good about this. She gets up and lifts her huge tick-like pet and it makes more grumpy noises. She plops the enormous thing right down on the kid's chest. He appears rendered, unable to protest. The tick bites into the boy's neck and begins to feed. She smiles and pats its swelling abdomen. Dark rust-colored blood dribbles from the place where it has attached to the boy's neck. Moments go by while she looks gratified by the process. Proud almost. Then she looks at you expectantly. Well, you don't know what she means. The final screw. Aren't you going to retrieve it and screw it into wherever it needs to go? The job isn't done. I don't keep the company of many individuals who leave things unfinished, you know. Of course. What were you thinking? You should have known your friend wouldn't let that go unnoticed. Actually, you feel like an idiot for thinking it would. This is fine, nothing wrong here. You stoop very low to the ground on your knees, placing your cheek just above the floor. You peer under the large edifice. It's dark in there and goes back a ways. Lots of room for that darn little screw to roll. You take a few pitiful swipes with your good arm, but come up empty. It must be further back. You think you can see it? Yeah, that must be it, just a little further. You have an idea. A tool would be helpful. Guess the screwdriver will come in handy after all. Huh, how did she know? Your new friend must be very wise. You think you're liking her more every minute. You grab the screwdriver and feel around with it. Yes, you got it, you think. You carefully scrape it closer to yourself and then pick it up. You then go back to the table and find the one remaining hole you left unscrewed. You slide under the table as a mechanic would with a car. There it is. The table is creaking and wobbling quite a bit now. The tick is really getting into its dinner, it seems. All the loose screws in the table have added up to a lot of give and leeway in the overall stability of the furnishing. Maybe the final screw will help. We're going to die, aren't we? The table's going to collapse on us. Ardata has returned to the setup with the monitors. She's adjusting some settings on the feed, controlling the zoom of the camera, and typing some remarks into a chat window. This is very good material today. It's not often that I can provide content of this caliber to my subscribers.
Is that how you feel? People in chat? That it's not often that I can provide content of this caliber to my subscriber. I will say, this is definitely pain that you are listening to and viewing right now. This is actual pain. It's just very different from the sort of pain that Ardata is putting on. This is just pure masochism. Go on, complete your project. This will be very good. You still think it's weird that she likes watching you put furniture together so much, but you're not one to judge friends. Sounds like a great way to lose friends, honestly. You screw in the final screw, but the stresses on the table are causing the holes to be misaligned. This won't be easy. The huge tick shifts its grotesque body above you, causing the table to creak loudly. You nervously slide halfway out from under the table to check it out. Then a loud pop, then the sound of scraping metal. 6 or 7 screws shoot out of the desk like rivets in a sinking submarine. What a piece of crap this thing is. I hate everything. Alright. You think a little too late? You really needed that? Oh, you think? You think maybe we needed that Allen wrench? You think so? All 4 legs splay dramatically out from underneath it at once like a baby deer on ice. The table platform comes crashing down on your lower torso, breaking your pelvis. You bellow in pain and flail to pull yourself out. You know, I thought that maybe I'd chosen the wrong thing, but actually getting my other arm broken by falling down the stairs and stabbing myself with the screwdriver was better than breaking your freaking pelvis. Then pull yourself out. You forget you're still holding the screwdriver. In your desperate flailing, you plunge the screwdriver into the fat abdomen of the tick, which begins gushing rust blood with great force, spraying your entire upper body and face. The beast starts thrashing wildly and screaming. You can't see your new friend due to the blood in your eyes, but you can't imagine she's thrilled about what's going on here. Your annihilated pelvis is in perfect agony. You have to get your miserable torso. Buddy, we're not going anywhere. We are 100% dead. Okay? If your pelvis is broken, you are not going anywhere, sweetie. From this bad, stupid, okay. Oh, do we have an idea? Do we have an idea? What idea is that? Is that idea to go back to start and choose Hot Dog Boy? With your broken arm, you start slapping the big... I don't even know how to process this. I'm back. We gonna die. Yes, we are. We are definitely gonna die. Our pelvis has been crushed by a table. And, we stabbed her pet. And now we're just slapping it while yelling yeehaw! You clutch the screwdriver handle with your other hand hard. The blood-gushy monster starts kicking and rearing, then blasts off across the dungeon floor like a pig at a rodeo. You hold on for dear life, still blind, but your plan works. How does it work? You've been pulled out from under the tomb you spent the last hour constructing for yourself. Your pelvis is in ruins, but at least you're free now and riding like the wind. You and the blood-spewing tick go tearing around the room, crashing into stuff. You hear a boy crying. You guess Ardata has become distracted enough by your foolish display to seize her paralyzation method on him. Or maybe distracted is the wrong word. Maybe she's disappointed by your foolishness. Oh gosh, you might be blowing it right now. Buddy, we should be more worried about the fact that we are imminently going to die. The tick swerves suddenly and starts running up the stairs. Ow, 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 your brittle pelvis feels every step of the way up. It careens through the rest of the hive, crashes through the front door that comes to a sudden halt. You're catapulted violently over its backside and sail 50 yards through the air. Yeah, we landed. Wipe the blood from your eyes. Yeah, this was embarrassing, but more importantly, we are definitely going to die. We have a broken pelvis and no medical attention.
But everyone makes mistakes, right? You can still salvage this friendship. You know you can we? You turn back to look at her hive. Ardata is standing in her doorway with a furious look on her face. She is flipping you off.
You will not be my friend.
Rejection. Okay. Let's figure out... Okay, let's go back to Hot Dog Boy and figure out how to become friends with him. So, gotta skip through this. Yeah, Diemen. This time we'll try not to accidentally kill you. Just a second. I have to message my friend on Discord and ask what kind of game I've been roped into playing. Alright. Okay, we're gonna skip ahead to the first decision point. Okay. This time let's ask if we can have a bite of a hot dog, because the problem seemed to be that we got a little too chummy too fast. You know, great life decisions going on here. Great life decisions. Alright. We're gonna ask the... Forget it. I'm leaving forever. Bye. Oh, wait! Alright. I'm really struggling to make friends with him. Really struggling. Okay, I have literally one other thing to choose, which hopefully will not get him killed and also get us friends. Okay, so let's skip ahead to the next choice. Alright, so I guess we have to give him a hug instead of a friendly pat on the back? I don't... You open your arms and approach him with a posture of great compassion. You furrow your brow upwardly a bit, as if to say, I know how hard it is. You advance and he leans backward a little, as if caught off guard by your sympathy. Maybe you're coming on too strong? But you know there's no turning back now. You don't just throw the brakes on an imminent, heartfelt hug like this. I would like to say I chose the more respectful option last time, and it ended up with him trying to kiss me, and then with him dead, and I'm still bitter. You embrace him awkwardly, and it goes well for a moment until you realize your arm is broken and it seizes up reflexively in pain. It jostles the hot dog in his hand and he bobbles it. You both gasp. You try to detach from the hug so you can catch the dog, but it's already on its way to the ground. In your attempt to save it, you stagger backwards and slip. The hot dog gets smushed. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. The moment it makes contact with the ground, Diemen lets out a shriek. No! Oh, dude. Dude, my dog! You scramble to get it up in time, hoping you're not as owned as it looks. But your feet keep slipping and your butt keeps grinding the hot dog into the mud. This is so uncomfortable. When the carnage finally subsides, you roll over and check it out. It's completely unsalvageable, just a gross, meaty mud mash, like the hot dog never even existed. Diemen howls in agony and slumps backward against a tree. Oh no, you screwed this up so bad. I'm just upset. I'm upset. I'm upset? Yeah, I am upset by this game and the things it's forcing me to do and read and become. That's it, man. I've lost everything. Not sure what the point of even living I'm not sure what the point is of even living anymore. You are absolutely mortified by your clumsiness and foolishness. You have a feeling you'll be thinking about this moment for years to come, during those insecure moments when your mind seems to be looking for any excuse to make yourself cringe with self-doubt and shame. Still, you can't help but feel this guy is being a little unreasonable. It's just one hot dog. There are probably plenty more of those to come by for those who know where to look in this strange world. Okay, but here's the thing. We already know that he's homeless. So, you know. I don't know that they are easy to come by. Which was why he was so possessive of it in the first place. He said himself that he makes a habit of enjoying these, so they can't be all that uncommon. Maybe he just has an unusual psychological disorder surrounding a fixation on this particular food item? Yes, that could be it. Poor guy. This just means he needs your support as a friend all the more. You won't give up on your friends, or for the matter, people who you're trying desperately to become friends with. That just isn't who you are as a person. You have an idea. You run it by him with a sense of optimism and salesmanship. The past is behind you. There is no need to wallow in self-incrimination and guilt over the hot dog incident. Diamond perks up a little. You want to help me get another hot dog? Absolutely. It can be a fun adventure, you say. Something to bond over, to bring two new buddies closer together. Okay, you don't say that out loud, but you really hope it's true. I dunno. It could be a long shot. Sometimes it can be days before I am united with another plump treat. Glistening with perspiration. Steaming, relaxing comfortably in a soft melt in your mouth loaf. Dang. Now I really want a hot dog. Guess I don't have much choice but to take you up on your offer, do I? What do you have in mind? It's a good question. You haven't made a plan yet, and frankly, don't even know where to begin. But he's interested in spending more time with you, which is the most important thing. You'll figure something out. You decide a display of confidence is called for here, a real show of leadership to improve morale. You smile, hold your head up high, and tell him to follow you. You know exactly what to do. Well, not really, but you give no indication of that at all. He's definitely intrigued. You've got him hooked now, you think. He's probably wondering if he hit pay dirt, finding a new friend with the hot dog hookup. Of course, you don't have the slightest idea where to find a hot dog, but you've got to admit you're enjoying the feeling of being important and valued by a potential friend. You don't want to do anything underhanded, yet you can't help but feel you should probably milk this social gambit for all it's worth. I heard you were having fun. Yeah, I am. I'm very much having fun. Can you hear all of the fun that I'm having in my voice? I don't sound upset at all. I sound like someone who's having a lot of fun. I'm not upset at all by the fact that I accidentally murdered this kid last time I tried this. This way, you say as you begin marching confidently in a random direction. This way, you say as you begin marching confidently in a random direction. He obediently follows and begins rubbing his tummy. You begin to feel nervous almost immediately. You have absolutely no idea how this is going to play out, or if it stands any chance of resulting in a hot dog at the end of the journey. Oh well, you'll figure something out along the way. You lead him through streets and winding through the yards of strange-looking houses, and he follows. You lead him through the streets and winding through the yards of strange-looking houses, and he follows. He takes care to make sure you both are not seen, which could get you both into trouble, apparently. The improvised circuitous route appears to provoke his suspicion. Dude, are you sure you know where a dog is? Survive and make friends. So great! Love this! It seems like maybe you're lost? Oh, absolutely. You're absolutely sure you know where to find one, you say. You're just throwing anyone off the trail who might have been following you. He nods solemnly as if that makes perfect sense. Whew. But you can't keep him guessing like this forever. You've got to do something. Take some bold action to keep his interest in this wiener quest. You say this way, down here, this is the shortcut to the hot dog supply you're privy to. It's the mother lode. In the sewer? Yes, totally. It's just a short trek through the sewer. Shouldn't be more than another hour or several of sewer trudging. That is, if he still has the will to do what it takes to get his hands on more juicy dogs. Oh, heck yeah. You know it. After you, man.
An hour later, you're so deep in the sewer, you've lost all bearings and sense of direction. You could be anywhere by now. You've taken so many crazy turns, so you don't let up for a second that you're lost. You've made each turn with decisive conviction. He's still following you, but now he's having trouble keeping up. He's out of breath and struggling with the foul smell. Can't say you're enjoying it much either. Okay, I'd just like to say being in the sewer is very dangerous. There's a lot of methane down there. But you can't let on to the fact that what you're doing now is anything other than the most casual routine for you. Like you do every day, just to quit jaunt through the sewer to hit up this vast, mythical trove of meat products. These first two scenarios are written by Hussey. How does that not surprise me? Okay, when you put it that way, maybe this all sounds a bit insane. Still, you're in too deep to second guess yourself now. Hey, I gotta stop and rest. I can't lie, I'm starving for a heavenly frankfurter. But this might be too much for me. I don't think I'm cut out for this. You pause and look back. He's sitting down now, slumping against a filthy sewer wall. You're intensely relieved to see you may have just won this impromptu game of sewer hot dog chicken. More importantly than that, this looks like an ideal time to show some sympathy and have a bonding moment with your would-be friend. Here's the thing, I'd feel worse for this kid that's now kind of my captive, except he tried to kiss me last time, and I'm very uncomfortable with that. The others have other writers. Okay, interesting. You sit next to him, and with your broken arm, put a hand on his knee in a platonic but deeply understanding way. Your arm hurts when you do this, but it's worth it. Every little gesture counts when making a new friend. I kinda suck. My losses is gone. I don't have any skills, and most people think I'm weird for liking hot dogs so much. I'm probably just going to get cold. I'm not good at going on adventures or doing anything hard. All I'm good at is finding an easy meal here and there, however I can get it. I like talking people out of their fine sausages using tricks or other ploys which end up losing me friends. It's been unthinkable that anyone would actually do anything nice for me or would want me to have that sweet, sweet meat I desire. At least it was unthinkable. Until now. Your heart begins to race. Could it be his... Yeah, our improvised escapade is actually working! You can't believe it! So this is the homeless orphan kid, oh yeah. Nobody's ever done so much or worked so hard to try to get my hands on another magnificent banger. Sorry for being emotional, but like, this is new for me. I don't know how to handle it. I'm just so grateful. I'd be thrilled to call you a friend, man. Whatever you are. You're overjoyed. Unbelievable. It's almost too good to be true. What now? It's such a sudden turn of good fortune you hardly know what to do. Should you hug the guy? Last time that didn't go so well. But this time, he's not holding a hot dog for you to clumsily defile, so maybe this is your moment. Wait, what's that? A deep rumbling sound begins to echo through the tunnels. Oh. What's about to happen? They found us. Oh no! It's a drone, dude. I guess on like sewer duty. We gotta run. He gets up, grabs your hand, and sprints. He's a lot faster than he looks when motivated to get moving. He turns this way and that, and as the rumbling gets closer, he slips on something, and you both tumble into a river of horrific sludge. Bro! I can't swim! Help! Your bad arm finds purchase on the ledge, and though it's very painful, you heroically salvage your friend from the muck with the other arm. He coughs and gasps for breath. You find a nearby ladder and shove him upward until he starts climbing on his own and follow him. You burst through a lid on the floor and you both flop out of the hole, drenched in filth, smelling horrible and completely exhausted. But at least you're safe, you think. Hey man,
I just want you to know, even though we didn't find the glorious treasure you were leading us to, I'm happy about how it all turned out. Maybe I don't need hot dogs in my life as much as I thought. Maybe that's not the real treasure after all. It's been a journey for me, let me tell you. I'm learning so much about myself, about life, because of you.
His bushy hair is slicked back from his eyes due to the sludge. He's giving you a penetrating, soulful gaze of presumably pure friendship. Or is it even deeper than that? Wow, this is intense. Then something catches your eye just above him. Something dangling. Lots of dangling things, actually. Come to think of it, it's really cold in here. Freezing, in fact. You finally realize, okay, I would just like to say, why does the sewer lead to an alien meat locker? What kind of hygiene is going on here? I mean, I get that they don't have an FDA on Alternia because they don't care. You know, it's whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger, but still. You're in a weird alien meat locker. You're absolutely surrounded by dangling meat products, including many sausages, thousands of them. You begin to sob. Your sobbing soon turns to unrestrained wailing of raw catharsis. I mean, it might be a drain, maybe. It still seems unsafe for there to be just a direct conduit to raw sewage in a food storage location. He joins you and the tears flow freely from you both. You embrace each other and let it all out. Suddenly it hits you, both of you. This is by far the happiest day of your life. Well, at least this was much happier than making friends with Ardata, who just made me eat some gristle that I didn't want to feed to her, which tasted like friendship. Alright, well, I got both of the good endings, so I guess it's time to move on to the next chapter of Aesthetics, Crimson, and Otherwise. Oh dear. Welcome to my Homestuck experience. Okay, next part. You stumbled through the streets of a strange alien world. Ever since you crash landed on this hostile planet, you have been desperate. Desperate for information, for provisions, and possibly for a bit of medical attention. You're gonna get real good at interpreting blood colors and how much to fear a troll according to them. Okay, to be fair, you can't see anything about Ardata and her blood colors because she has like a little cape thing covering her front, okay? Look, I would like to say, my initial reaction was I looked at both of them and I said, we can either go with the creepy one or the one who looks nice. And I went with the one who looks nice and he died, Kita. He died, okay? So I went with the other one who was creepy, didn't see the blood color, okay? Background of a portrait is their blood color. How am I supposed to know that? It's my first one! Desperate for information, for provisions, and possibly for a bit of medical attention. Along the way, you've had some laughs, embarrassing missteps, and maybe even an encounter with alien meat products. You don't really want to get into it. What you do want to get into is friendship. An entire planet of endless friend opportunities awaits you. Honestly, at this point, you'd make friends with one of those weird purple bushes. You're not picky. Honestly, at this point, you'd make friends with one of those weird purple bushes. You're not picky. Misery does love company, you're right, Sean. Wait, you see something in the distance, or perhaps someone? Alright, so we got Amisia, who looks like Art Child, and Cirava, who is going to be a little, okay, so the question is, are all gold bloods as mentally unstable as Solix? Alright, let's go with Cirava. I mean, okay, as a fellow gold blood. Yeah, alright, I mean, I have to go with gold blood, right? Like, as a gold blood. Yes, a potential new friend approaches, and they almost look as messed up as you are. I'm sorry. Wait, what's going on with your eye, Cirava? Cirava, what's going on with your eye, sweetie? What's going on with your eye?
What the heck? You an alien?
You nod enthusiastically. You sure? I do not know what voice to give this troll. I guess it will evolve as I get to know them. You nod enthusiastically. You sure hope your prospective new friend is comfortable with extraterrestrials. Things could get pretty awkward otherwise. You should really, like, not be outside. Freaks like you will get picked off by drones in a hot second. No offense. You don't like the sound of being picked off by drones. That would really inhibit your companionship plans. You hastily explain this strange one-eyed troll, or to the strange one-eyed troll that you crash-landed on this planet and are in desperate search of friendship. Your plight seems to move them.
Well, crap. If you really don't have anywhere else to be, or if you really don't have anywhere to be, I promised myself I wouldn't do anything coal risky. But what the heck? Come with me. Name's Cirava, by the way. You follow Cirava down a twisting stretch of road. Wow, this is going great already. You bet you'll have a new friend in no time. Alright, here's my hive. You can hide out here for now. I got a lot of followers who are pretty into aliens. They might get a kick out of this. You look around Cirava's hive in awe. They sure seem to have... What's going on here? What is going on with this poster? Interesting. Yeah, they do seem to have crazy taste in home decor. Checking out my aesthetic? I worked pretty hard putting this place together. It's all about the look in the bag when you're streaming. It's troll vaporware. It is vibes. Sure, yeah, it is all about the look when you're streaming. Yes. That's why I don't bother streaming with a camera. I don't want to deal with the look. Also, I'm pretty sure my computer wouldn't be able to handle it. Don't want my fans to think I live in a dump and spend most of my days suppressed and crying. Which you do, don't you? You do, sweetie. Oh no. You like Moisture Wave? Oh yeah, I love it! You have no idea what the heck a Moisture Wave is, but you don't want to offend your new friend. You tell them you love it! Word. I'm actually streaming some chill beats as we speak. Check it. They gesture toward their strange, bulbous alien computer. On the screen is a GrubTube channel. Lo-fi, aesthetic, incubated beats. Wow, they sure have a lot of subscribers. You asked them if they drew that very nice anime girl they're using as the splash art. Nah, I just ripped it off some Eastern Alternia movie and really colored it to look like me. That's adorable. Yes, you did nail it, Cirava. You nod vigorously. This is very impressive. Yeah, I'm kind of a big deal online. I built up my own. It's a little, okay, I just feel like really called out about this game because like first we go to Ardata, who's doing her, like, I don't know, her streaming thing, and now I've met yet another streamer, and I'm currently streaming this as, you know, part of trying to build my empire online, you know, as you do, and I'm just like, I don't know, should I feel judged? I feel like maybe I should feel judged. I built up my own streaming empire. Oh, sweetie. This, I just imagine, right? Just imagine being on Alternia. There's really nothing to do but, like, I don't know, I guess build up internet friends, because you can't go outside too often. You might get cold by drones. Such a dystopia. Nurse these beats to help from tragically ill sample loops. It's not all fun in games, though. Okay, I also relate to this as someone who is making a cover of one of the Homestuck musical songs because I felt like it needed to be better. Just feel like this game is personally attacking me. Oh, sweetie, is exactly the correct response to Cirava. Well, that's good. The life of a popular online guy. You can't even imagine the hardships I've gone through. All in the name of lo-fi chill hop aesthetic moisture wave beats. That keeps me up at night. Cirava looks into the middle distance pensively, their one eye filled with poignant emotion. You never knew the life of a streamer could be so vaguely filled. I still feel like I'm being called out. You never knew the life of a streamer could be so vaguely filled with torment. Well, you do now, because you're streaming this right now, and you're definitely tormented with how depressing these stories are. You're moved to cry a single tear. Yeah, you get it. You're really vibing on my emotional frequency, my dude. You know, you gotta suffer for popularity. You nod enthusiastically. You don't think you've ever been particularly popular, but you're very good at suffering. This is going great. I mean, there are no lies on this page. I am very good at suffering, thank you. That's what my YouTube channel is about. I wish I could say more. There's some funky geometry going on the wall with there. Yes, there certainly is. Really get all emotionally vulnerable and share my tragic backstory. But ever since the incident, it's been so hard to trust new people. You feel me? The incident? This is so tantalizing. You just know that if you want to make a new friend, you're going to have to get them to confess their deepest insecurities and embarrassing secrets to you. That is how friendship works. Is friendship really about, like, immediately going for the deep insecurities? You place a sympathetic hand on Cirava's shoulder. You know what, dude? You really want to be friends? Yes! You can't believe how pain-free and easy this experience has been. What a wonderful new friend you're about to make. You can practically feel the future bro embraces you two will surely share. The moisture wave broke reality just a little bit. Yes, it did. You can practically feel the future bro embraces you two will surely share. They feel good. They feel right. You sure are eager. Like, if we were gonna be friends, we've got to work on your look. Your aesthetic is basically hot garbage right now. My followers can't see me hanging out with a rando like this. I mean, valid. Okay, this is valid. But also, in the process, could you maybe get me a cast for my broken arm? I'm sure you understand. You aren't quite sure you follow. What's wrong with your look? You've always thought you had a simplistic charm, a face you could put on a logo. You're not sure if you're ready to change up the tried and true classics for this newfangled teen. But you are so thirsty for Cirava's sweet friendship nectar. You need to taste it. You have to taste it. With a friend like them, you could really go places. You could be someone. You could finally be down with the hip youth of today. I feel called out. I feel called out by this game. I feel called out by this game so much. You tell Cirava you're willing to try anything to get into the esteemed ranks of their friend list. Well, dang. Hold up, I've got an idea. Follow me. Cirava leads you up the winding stairs of their hive. Lining the walls are pictures of Cirava in strange poses in several different locations. They are surrounded by a few trolls you don't recognize in similar silly fashions. Fellow members of the Moisture Wave community? I really gotta take that down. They're all dead to me. You want to ask if they mean that literally or not. You never know with trolls, but you keep your mouth shut. Best not to offend your new friend. Let's just move on and never speak of this again. Cirava leads you into a fairly large loft bedroom. This room is a bit less ostentatious than the streaming area downstairs. Well, here we are. Welcome to my respite block. We are gonna get you hooked up. If you're gonna be my new friend, you gotta look the part. For streams and stuff, you know. We have to make you a Chitter account too.
Is Chitter been bought by troll Elon Musk? Cirava, can you tell us that? I would like to know that.
It's good for my image to have friends. The pickings have been pretty slim ever since the incident.
On the ominous note, Cirava presses a button on the wall and a large door opens to reveal an expansive walk-in closet filled with colorful accessories and clothes. It looks like a regular neon shirt apocalypse.
Well, have at it. Unless you want me to help you pick out a look.
I mean, sure. You admit you have no idea how to dress yourself. You could really use some expert advice from a teen.
Oh. Cute.
I mean, this feels so uncomfortable considering that, like, I feel like my YouTube channel is becoming increasingly how do you do, fellow kids. Now I'm role-playing this in Homestuck, the game. Cue the makeover sequence.
I'm gonna make you look aesthetic.
You stand in the center of Cirava's closet for good hours. They go back and forth between various fashion items. Man, this troll is really indecisive. You think you're gonna go blind from all the neon in here. Sean, what are you trying to say with increasingly? Alright, I just want to say, okay, so, I look at my stats, alright? My stats on my YouTube channel. The stats from Pathologic days, people are about my age. The stats from Homestuck, they are very much younger than me. Increasingly, how do you do, fellow kids? You stand in the center of Cirava's closet for a good hour as they go back and forth between various fashion items. Man, this troll is really indecisive. You think you're gonna go blind from all the neon in here.
Okay. I'm done. That was surprisingly hard. You have a hard-to-dress body. Just in general, you're kind of messed up looking, to be honest. It's chill, though. 'Cause...
Aww. So cute. Aw, sweetie.
Because now you look fly as heck.
You look at yourself in the mirror, do we? Oh wait, am I gonna get a picture? Yes! Radical, neato, wow! I look exactly like Cirava.
Iconic. Now we just gotta get you set up on the social medias, my dude. But first, selfie time.
Take a variety of cool selfies with Cirava. Wow, this is really going well.
Alright, I'll just post these and promo you. You'll be internet famous in no time. And then we can finally be friends.
That's what it's all about, baby. That's what you've been working toward this entire time. Cirava's friendship is so close you can smell it. It smells pretty dank. Cirava knows how to assemble one outfit. Exactly.
Seems like people are really into you. Check it out.
It's true. The likes and comments and subscriptions are just rolling in. Huh.
At this rate, you'll be more popular than me.
You assure Cirava that this will definitely never happen. All you truly desire is friendship, not fans.
And that's what they all say. All my so-called friends. They were only in it because I was popular. No one ever gave a crap about me as a person. I'm just a funny meme to them. I'm just a guy they can copy. You know, Highbloods are always stealing my work.
Okay, so we definitely know that troll Elon Musk exists in this planet because, like, that's troll Elon Musk's thing. Because that's regular Elon Musk's thing.
My look, my music, I'm the real influencer, but there's Violet Bloods out there taking my crap and getting twice the followers and tons of money. I'm stuck here in this crappy hive with no friends because they all turned on me.
Aw, poor Cirava.
But it's cool. It's chill. I'm totally chill with it.
Something shifts in Cirava's expression as they get a good look at you. You tense up. Your new friend sure is acting weird. Ding! Cirava checks their phone.
What? The heck? did you do? Huh? What? You didn't do anything. Do you think you can just steal my look and get away with it? Oh no. Yeah, classic gold blood problem. Little bit of mental instability. All my followers think you're the new big thing because you look like me. They want to know what the heck is going on. When's your new friends stream? What's their sign? Are you kidding me? You haven't even done anything. You're just like all the rest.
No, you don't want to be like all the rest. You just want to be friends.
It's too late for that now. You made me look like an idiot. Oh no.
Cirava, don't laser me with your eyes. Alright, sweetie, come on. Let's just vaporwave this out, okay?
And now there's only one thing to do. I really didn't want it to come to this. But you've left me with no choice. I'm writing a call out post! Incredible! I love it. I love it. No! Cirava types furiously on their device. You can't stand to look. This is the worst possible thing that could have happened. No. Now no one will be your friend ever again. You'll be forced to live on the outskirts of society.
No, sweetie. We got this, alright? You know what you just do? You get onto GrubTube and you make an apology video, okay? This is beautiful. You will be more popular than ever, sweetie.
You can't even begin to imagine the things that Cirava must be writing about you. You must have missed so many things in your life to lead you to this point. This is amazing. There's only one thing to do. Cancel culture is so cruel. You are right, Sean. You stagger downstairs past all the portraits of Cirava's ex-friends. You wonder if they met the same horrible fate as you. Their grinning faces taunt you with slivers of friendship that could never be. You burst out of the front door of Cirava's hive and make your way to a conveniently placed stump. You sit on it in complete despair. There's no point living anymore. With trembling hands, you reach inside. Oh my gosh! Why? We had a gun the whole time too? Dang! Alright. Well, let's try this again. Because I forgot to save. Alright, Cirava. Okay. Yeah, it did get dark quick. Okay, but here's the thing. I'm still stand by what I said, alright? I have seen plenty of people get canceled, then they make the apology video, and then the fandoms just like turn against each other and fight, and it makes them both more popular. Alright? I think we could have salvaged it, but okay. I'm pretty sure I just have to tell Cirava that I am going to style myself. These all go dark, I swear. I mean, so far, yeah, because I accidentally killed a kid, and, well, all of Ardata's was dark. That one just started dark and ended dark, and it all went dark. Pick out my own look. You let Cirava know you're perfectly comfortable picking out your own look. You think you can figure out this fashion business easily enough. What could possibly go wrong? This is child's play. Yeah, man. Fashion is just all about, like, what you're feeling. And also what's trending, but, you know, we're the ones that start the trends. You strike me as a real influencer. Go for it, my dude. You enter the closet tentatively. As soon as Cirava is out of sight, your stupid ego deflates like a farting balloon. You don't know the first thing about the hip youth alien fashion of today. This is going to be an... Definitely a how do you do, fellow kids. moment. Amazing. Amazing. Incredible. 10 out of 10. Alright, this is gonna be a disaster, you reckon? You are fully prepared to make an utter fool of yourself. Well, might as well get started. You pick a few accessories off the shelves at random. A bright pink hat? Sure. You tilt it jauntily to the side. You're pretty sure that's cool. Sunglasses? Definitely. That's a no-brainer. No cool guy would be caught dead without a sweet pair of shades. You select the most ostentatious pair available. You think you're getting the hang of this moisture wave aesthetic. You just have to look like the biggest tool possible. Several accessories later. Oh, beautiful. I love it. Oh my gosh. Wow, radical. Neato. Oh. My. Yeah, it's valid. We definitely nailed it. We're transcendent. We did it. This is transcendent. I know people who basically dress like that and they're unbearable. Yeah, I mean, I think that the dress like the biggest tool as possible was pretty much on point. Wow. You got me speechless. Just, dang. Look at you. It's like you're a whole new guy. A much chiller and cooler guy who I now gotta be friends with right now immediately. Now all we gotta do is debut you to my hundreds and thousands of followers. This is gonna be great. Let's take some selfies. Your heart is soaring. You did it. You really did it. You're down with the kids. I feel so uncomfortable with this, especially because, like, the way your main character is talking, it's pretty clear that your main character is not actually a teenager, which makes sense because they're supposed to be you. I'm not a teenager. I haven't been a teenager for a long time. And now Cirava wants to take the coveted selfies with you. This night couldn't be going any better. You may look like a... Yeah. But if it can win you the popularity with a bunch of alien teenagers. This is so uncomfortable. Why am I trying to become popular with teenagers as an adult? Please. Oh gosh. I mean, I guess I will say there are plenty of adults who make their living off of being popular with teenagers. Selling out is amazing. Well, what are you waiting for? Get over here. We're gonna take some fees. You pose with Cirava for several selfies. They put their arm around you in a gesture of newly formed friendship. You are beaming with friend pride. Oh, heck yeah. These are turning out great. Dang. We're killing it. Now all I gotta do is post them. Cirava fiddles around with their phone for a while. You're so nervous. You've never been internet famous before. You hope the new fame won't change you too much. Or maybe you do hope it will change you. Change you into someone with a ton of friends. And the likes are rolling in. Oh yes. I live for this. Huh. This one guy's asking you if you want any of your quadrants filled. Oh, that's so uncomfortable. Oh my gosh, I can only imagine how I'd react if someone asked me if I needed any of my quadrants filled. Oh, that's creepy. Oh no, is right, Phoenix Wolf. Oh, and this girl loves your shades. Dang, a lot of people asking if you're single. This is so creepy. Oh no, I don't like this at all. I do not like this at all. Nope. This is the part of the internet that I have been very lucky to have not had to experience. This is the good part about being a tiny little baby YouTuber. These people don't really find you. Don't go for it though. My followers are freaks, dude. You aren't quite sure what filling a quadrant is. Sounds like some kind of screwed up alien ritual. But if it's anything like friendship, how much head trauma did we sustain when we crash landed on Alternia? Welcome to my twisted internet fame. Let's chill and listen to some beats. You vape? I got a pretty juicy rig downstairs. Before you know it, you're sitting on Cirava's couch watching them finagle with a horrifyingly elaborate vape rig that appears to be made of some sort of living larva. You don't want to know. Cirava places their mouth on what surely must be a bug anus and inhales deeply. The rig makes an awful high-pitched rattling noise. You think you're going to vomit. Oh man, that's the good stuff. Here you go, dude. You take the trembling insect into your hand. Well, here goes. Your final hurdle into eternal friendship and popularity. You vape vigorously, inhaling as much as you can. The vapor fills your lungs immediately. It burns a lot. You suddenly realize that you're not quite sure if this alien vape juice is compatible with your anatomy. I was just wondering the same thing. Yep, we could have inhaled poison? Just poison? Yes? I'm seriously wondering about the amount of brain damage sustained upon crash landing on Alternia. What a way to die! Your vision swims. Yeah, you got it. Just hold it in. Tears stream down your face as you hold in your double lungful of insect gas. You sure are glad you have on your pair of cool shades, or you would never be able to live this embarrassment down. You're not sure how long you're supposed to do this? As long as it takes? You can exhale now. You cough and sputter, green vapor spewing from your mouth straight into Cirava's face. You did it! You lived! Oh man, that was sick. Your head feels light and woozy and you giggle. Yeah, the two of you kick back and relax on the couch and you stare up at the ceiling. Whoa! When did that huge wasp nest get there? Ha ha, crazy, man! Cirava's music suddenly sounds a lot more interesting. Dude, today has been way chiller than I ever expected. You are officially my best friend for life. Oh, of course there's a horse. Of course. Yep, definitely always gonna be a horse. Always. Just promise you'll never betray me. You promise. This is incredible. You love your new friend. You watch as they effortlessly take another huge rip from their vape rig. I've been burned in the past. It's not easy being popular online, especially as a low blood. I used to be such a big shot. Got into sassy fights with high bloods on Chitter. Always had some stuff to say. And stuff got out of control. I'm a psionic. Oh, poor baby. Oh no, poor baby. Started reporting me as way more powerful than I really am. Trying to get me all enslaved and stuff, so I couldn't keep up with my streams. It's all jealousy, you know? My stupid friends all turned on me so they wouldn't be targeted next. So I took matters into my own hands. Oh, poor baby. I gouged out my freaking eye. It was sick as heck. Can't use me as a battery. I mean, honestly, as a psionic, as a gold-blooded psionic, being able to, be powerful brain power is really not a beneficial ability. Can't use me as a battery. I still got a big following, but I don't really talk online anymore. Better to just stay under the radar and not piss people off. Just be chill. And if I don't get close to my followers, they can't try to use me. Of course, that just means I no longer have any gosh darn friends. Well, until you are truly moved. What a special bond you have formed with your new friend, to have them open up to you about their darkest secrets.
This is the most significant and transcendent moment you have ever experienced. The two of you share a beautiful and tender bro embrace, the likes of which will never be replicated in this known universe again for all time forever. Probably. You don't really know. We're real high right now. High time! Yeah, best friends. Alright, time to do the other one. Okay, we want friendship. Amisia Erdehn. Lo, what light through yonder weirdly organic architecture breaks? A small figure approaches. Oh my gosh. You are so far you've swallowed quite a few insults in regards to your looks and intelligence level. You aren't really the type to let shallow opinions of others get you down. But it's been kind of a rough day. You brace yourself. Cute! Oh. She gives you a sweet, sincere smile. I've never seen anything like you. It's giving me all sorts of new ideas. Boy, do you hope some of those ideas are about friendship? Now that you got a taste of it, you are hungry for more. You take a stumbling step forward and your ribs remind you that although the potential of camaraderie is enough to improve your mental health, it can't cure acute injuries. Oh, you don't look so good. Come inside. I've been looking for new contributors. Contributors? Could she mean friendship contributors? No, that's dumb. Maybe she wants to, maybe she runs some sort of alien newspaper and she wants you on staff. She looks a little young for that, but what the heck do you know about alien management hierarchy? You follow her to a nearby building, and now that you're looking up from your ravenous hunt for companionship, you notice that you've wandered into a kind of an upscale part of town. There's a lot less garbage and people collapse in the street. You see one of those spiky robot things, but it's washing a window instead of shooting a laser at a group of children. If that's not high class, you don't know what is. Before you can follow her inside, she turns around in the threshold blocking your way. Real quick. You don't happen to be an artist, do you? Artistry? Well, as a matter of fact. Tell her, yeah, it isn't exactly your whole deal, but you've been known to dabble. Tell her, no, you've never had much of a knack for it. Oh, we definitely have to tell her we're an artist. She's the same blood color as Equius. Well, I was gonna tell her regardless that I've been known to dabble. Oh, I see how it is. Well, you aren't going to snake rodent any trade secrets out of me. Goodbye. Okay, never mind. You completely blew it. That's fine. We'll just try again. At least I didn't kill anyone this time, and that includes myself. Oh, good. Friendships between artists can be so fraught. Much better to just keep things between artists and art appreciators. There's that way no one can get jealous. The girl's smile widens even further, and you feel an unbelievable rush of joy. Have you finally? Oh no, she's definitely a maniac. They're all maniacs. No, she's definitely a maniac. And she brought up friendship without you having to mention it at all. It puts a spring in your step, or as much of a spring as possible with a broken arm and misaligned torso. Oh, I get it now. They're all different kinds of toxic friends. Pretty much. Amisia leads you into an elevator with buttons labeled in spiky letters that make absolutely no sense to you. You realize that probably nothing is ever going to make sense to you again. Yes, you realize that nothing is ever going to make sense to you again is correct. That's this whole game. That's okay. Your hierarchy of needs has adjusted recently. Your new friend, you were jumping the gun with this descriptor, but you were feeling seriously good about this encounter, stands in the corner of the elevator, wringing her claws. I wish I'd known I was going to have company. I would have cleaned up a little. It's been a while since I've met anyone new.
You assure her that whatever disaster her house is, it can't be any worse than some other places you've seen here. Although you kind of get what she means. She's wearing an artist smock that's covered in splashes of paint. Oh no. Is that paint or is it blood? Please tell me it's not blood. Please tell me it's not blood. I've been wrong before. I didn't get eaten by Ardata's losses. Please tell me that's not blood. Oh no. It's blood, isn't it? Actually, it doesn't really look like paint. But it could be anything else, couldn't it? It's every color of the rainbow. Oh, no. Why did people want me to play this game? The elevator door slides open, and you step into a space that you are relieved to find is totally recognizable. A table overflows with messy palettes and brushes, cloudy jars of water and sponges. Several easels stand beside the windows to catch the light of the two moons, and a number of canvases lean against the wall, turned so you can't see what's on them. Suffering is not fun! Didn't I suffer? Have I not suffered enough? Have I not suffered enough? I feel like I've suffered enough. Misery continues to love company. Yeah. You played I know I played Pathologic. You know how many hours I've logged in Pathologic? Let me tell you how many hours I've logged in Pathologic. I have logged... Okay, just a second. Pathologic Classic HD, 201.5 hours, and Pathologic 2 is 128.1 hours. So yeah, I know suffering, alright? I'm not a stranger to suffering. Doesn't mean that I want to suffer more, though. Alright, first things first. Amisia brings you over to a wall screen that looks way more high-tech than anything you have on your now-defunct spaceship, tapping away at a series of unreadable symbols. She then indicates you should take off your sling. Oh no. Wait, it's good. I guess we did find a sling though. That's something. I don't know who gave us a sling.
Here, go ahead and stick it there.
She seems to want you to put your injured arm into a large hole on the wall, which you do because you are sure your new friend has your best interests at heart. The hole shrinks down like a blood pressure cuff, sending bolts of agony through you. You want to yank your arm out, but you don't. Even if it's broken, you still like having it attached to you. Instead, you shout a lot and thrash your other limbs around. Calm down, you... Is she taking blood for her painting project?
Calm down, you big wriggler. It's like you've never seen a medicalizer before. If you don't stop moving, it won't work.
Tears spill down your cheeks, but you force yourself still. You'll bear the pain. You'll do it for your friend. She's looking at you so hopefully, and she's so delicate and pretty, almost angelic. You look at her face and tell yourself it's all going to be okay. This is a lie. Finally, the hole releases you, and you pull your arm back out to find it completely healed. You can move your fingers. It doesn't even hurt anymore. Hey, things are looking up. Okay, great. So we fixed an arm. I mean... We still have some broken ribs and probably the stab wound from the screwdriver.
See? I told you.
This is great. You are overwhelmed with the urge to celebrate. Yeah, no. I want to move to the next page. There. I'm gonna get excited. You try to resist the urge to celebrate. You fail to resist the urge. You take Amisia by your tiny hands and twirl her about the studio. Or you try to. You forgot about your busted ribs. You sure are doing that a lot. You let go of Amisia and go careening into one of the tables. Thankfully, not the one covered in art supplies. You hit the corner and go down... I mean... I just feel like there are no good options in the game. Like, all of the options are bad, and it's hard to predict which one is gonna get me, like, killed. Slash, get another person killed. Yeah, we go down. Of course we do. This is what you get for acting like a huge tool in front of your new friend. Well, you know, I was just trying to celebrate. I feel like that shouldn't be a freaking crime.
Are you okay? Was that some sort of ritualistic rite of healing I've never heard of before?
You shrug against the floor. Amisia leans down and picks you up in a bridal carry, despite the fact that she's about half your size. It makes your ribs hurt, but what doesn't nowadays? Amisia lays you down on a weird lumpy couch.
Are you sure you're okay? You look a little...
She trails off to nothing. She's looking at your left arm, which you have draped over yourself awkwardly to try to hold your torso together.
That color...
At first you think she means the color of your skin, which is different than her light gray. Then you think she means the truly fantastic buffet of bruises you've got going on. But then you realize that in your prancing idiocy, you've managed to scrape up the inside of your arm. Blood oozes sluggishly from the wound. Amisia dredges a finger through it. You're half expecting her to put it in her mouth, and for this to become a whole cannibal situation. Well, since you aren't the same species, it wouldn't really be cannibalism, but still, no thanks. Instead, Amisia just holds her finger up, the drop of blood trembling at the tip.
This color... I've never seen anything like it.
She dashes off to one of her tables, pulling over a sketchbook and dragging her finger down it. Your blood paints a rusty line down the center. She lets out a little squeal of excitement.
This is... amazing!
Yeah, this is not a game about making good choices. That's for sure.
What, red?
What, red?
Not red. There's a million dirty little rusties swarming all over this city. I'm drowning in red. This is crimson. It's incredible. You must be some sort of mutant. You're really lucky if I found you instead of one of the drones.
Lucky? You? Yeah, very lucky. The luckiest. Oh, your arm is healed and you're out of whatever doubtlessly weird weather happens on this planet. Maybe Amisia's right? Maybe you are lucky. Amisia, don't say slurs, right? You close your eyes and try to breathe. Zen yourself out. Really center yourself in your own body and all that garbage. Then you open your eyes and wow, and wow, you sure aren't centered anymore. In fact, you roll completely to the left as you try to get away from Amisia, who's back and standing over you with a gigantic axe.
Watch out!
Amisia grabs you, drags you back up to the couch, and plants your hand on your solar plexus, effectively pinning you down.
You'll hurt yourself if you keep flopping around like a beached blubber beast. You want to be friends, don't you? You want to help me with my artistic aspirations, right?
You get the feeling that she might be trying to manipulate you. Just the tiniest little suspicion. It's possible Amisia has recognized your intense craving for companionship and is trying to exploit it. You don't like being suspicious of a new friend, but that is a pretty big axe.
I don't know what's got you worried. I just want to show you my axe.
Oh, of course. Makes sense. It is a really nice axe. You hold out your hand for it, but of course it is too heavy for you and your hands are all sweaty and you fumble it. Fumble the really sharp weapon. Amisia tries to catch it before it's too late, and somehow in all the wriggly struggle, you end up getting cut, like, very cut across both your wrists. In fact, you don't think she could have aimed even better if she'd been trying.
Oh, dear.
Hard agree.
Don't struggle. You'll only hurt yourself more, silly. You don't want that, do you?
No, you definitely don't want that. Not after what a butterfingers you've proven to be. Amisia gets up to put the axe down, and you kind of lose track of her for a little while. You are bleeding all over her couch, and everything around you starts to go shiny and unreal. She comes back with a couple little jars that she uses to catch your blood. That's a good idea. You sure are making a mess. You wonder if they are specifically blood jars. They look like jam jars. Alien jam. Space jam. Oh, you love that movie. It's been so long since you've seen it. Definitely the best PG movie about basketball. Way better than the one with the dog and the clown. Do they even have basketball here? You ask Amisia. She just shushes you and brushes your hand back from her forehead. She keeps smiling and saying comforting things. Oh, she's such a good friend. For too long, you do what is honestly a gosh darn shock you haven't done before now. You pass out. When you come to, you're propped up against the wall in a weird way that you wouldn't love, even if you weren't an invalid, and both of your arms are jammed in the hole in the wall. The med hole, the glory hole of well-being, the magic sphincter. You grunt and pull your arms back out, they're healed. The cuts on your wrists are just two faded pink lines. You take a step away from the wall and immediately hit the ground. You may not be actively dying anymore, but you did just lose like half the blood in your body. Gosh, you're tired. A little giggle makes you turn around, or roll over since you are still on the floor and probably not getting up anytime soon. It's fine. You've met worse floors in your life. Amisia is sitting at one of her easels, her hair pulled back beneath a scarf and little round glasses perched on her nose. A jar of your blood sits next to her, and you watch as she dips a brush in.
I'm glad you're awake. I was a little worried I'd actually killed you back there.
She laughs at you, and you laugh along with her. It's very funny. Actually, everything is funny right now. It's probably the blood loss. You ask her what she's painting.
You, of course. You inspired me.
Well, right now, it just looks like a bunch of red squiggles and some lines, but she only just got started. She's warming up. She sits there on her stool looking at her palette and chewing on her lip thoughtfully. She looks somewhat nervous.
Actually, I want to show you something. Something I've never shown anyone else.
She leaps up from her stool and crosses the studio. You roll to your other side to keep her in your line of sight. You really hope she isn't getting another Space Jam jar. She starts turning around the canvases one by one. They are all blank, except for one, which has a little... Wait, no, that's just a shadow. Every single one of them is blank. You aren't sure you understand. You ask her if these are all just new canvases that she has not gotten the chance to paint on yet. Amisia sighs.
No, I've had them forever. I'm just not a real painter. There. I said it.
She buries her face in her hands, talking from between her fingers.
I'm really good at all the other parts. The materials and the studio. I even make all my own paints. I just can never do the actual sitting down and doing art parts.
She looks so despondent. You wish you could do something, but you don't really know that much about art, and you probably can't stand up just yet. You tell her that she looks like she's moving in the right direction at least. You don't even have a studio or any brushes or stuff like that. Of course, you have no aspirations to being a painter, but you leave that part out.
That's just it. I feel inspired for the first time ever. I think it has to do with your messed up, disgusting mutant blood. There's really no other explanation.
She takes a knee beside you, picking up one of your limp hands with hers. They're cold, like she's been pressing them to a glass window in winter.
Usually I just finish off my contributors quickly. I don't have time to deal with a bunch of injured lowbloods moaning about my studio. But I couldn't just use your blood up all at once. You're too special for that.
You gaze at Amisia. A mist has descended over your vision, and it isn't even the mist of imminent death.
I have to keep this precious blood safe. I think you might be my muse.
Oh, great. You will never escape. Success! I made a friend. I'm her prisoner now. Yay! That went great. Why is right, Sean? Why is right? All right, let's see what happens if we choose the be chill about it. You thank Amisia profusely, but you manage to keep it to the strictly verbal stories. Medicalizers are great. This part of the city is great. You really need to get more rich friends. A good end, definitely. Yeah, unambiguously good end. You tell her this, throwing in a compliment of her studio while you're at it. See? This friendship stuff is easy.
Haha, I'm so glad you feel that way. You're obviously really strange and under-socialized. But you don't seem to be a complete cultural idiot. Plus, I think it's really endearing how helpless and trusting you are.
You laugh, slightly unnerved. You want to take that as a compliment, but after a recent encounter with another girl in blue... Well, it all ended up okay. Did it, though? Did it? Did it, though? Did it end up okay? Did it, though? And Amisia is so nice and friendly, and she keeps calling you cute, which you think is pretty generous of her, considering what a disgusting mess you are at this point.
Speaking of low bloods, what's your blood color? Just out of curiosity.
Blood color? You aren't really sure what she's talking about, but... Red? You tell her it's red. She looks a little disappointed.
I've got plenty of burgundy. Oh well. Good thing I have a delivery coming soon. Hey, do you think you can help me set a few things up before they get here?
Hey, visitors? As in plural? As in multiple potential friends? Oh, heck yes. You are all over that, especially considering your newly healed arm. You are anxious to display all the simple motor functions you can perform. Amisia gives you another radiant smile. You live for those smiles, man. They are just so full of the glowing nectar of bromance.
Perfect. Let's do this. Work always goes faster with two pairs of hands, after all.
You'll be fine. Yes, absolutely it does. And even if by that she seems to mean her hands are pointing while she tells you where to put things, you're totally fine with that. Your ribs are still kind of killing you, but you swallow down the pain. You are getting pretty good at that. Too bad you can't stick your whole torso in that magical science fiction hole in the wall. Well, maybe you could. But not right now. Right now you've got a friend to help. Amisia instructs you to clear all the furniture to the edges of the room and lay down a big purple tarp. Apparently tarps aren't blue on this planet. Amisia answers her phone and then buzzes open the apartment door. She runs over to the elevator with a squeal of delight.
They're here! Sorry I'm getting so giggly about this. It's just been a while since I've had any new paints.
Wait, paints? That's what's coming? Now that you think about it, there is something pretty crucial missing from this whole artist aesthetic she's got going here. There aren't any paints. No tubes dribbling color or pots with their tops left partially unscrewed. There aren't even any pencils. The elevator opens and two trolls come in. They have pretty similar shaped horns and are almost exactly the same height. Brothers? Do trolls have brothers? From their uniforms and their... Oh no. Oh, wait a second. Is she killing cops? I mean, I guess maybe I have to stay. Alright, that's like the way they walk. You get the idea that they're from some sort of law enforcement. This is fine. That and the third troll in here. Oh, no. We're not killing cops. We're killing criminals. Oh, okay. I feel good about that. I feel great about this. I feel great. I feel great about this. I feel great about this game. I feel great about every part of this game. That and the third troll in handcuffs they're dragging between them.
Thank you, guys. You always bring me the best materials.
Of course, you're working with the law enforcement. They don't say anything, they just bring the third troll to the center of the tarp and force them into a kneeling position. Then they bow to Amisia and leave the way they came. This doesn't look great. Even before Amisia runs out of the room and comes back in with an axe the size of her whole body. You are not loving this. The troll in the tarp trembles and bites back a sob, but they don't say anything or try to run. She isn't really going to do what it looks like, is she? You can't bring yourself to believe that this cute little alien girl is going to straight up axe murder a dude right in front of you. Presumably to finger paint with their blood. You stammer something to this effect. Amisia laughs.
Well, I don't use my fingers. I'm not an animal.
Oh no. She considers you for a few moments, tapping a claw against her mouth.
I know. You can help me. I only ever let one other person help with my work. And she's out of town right now.
Oh no. Are we gonna meet her friend? Oh boy. I wonder if later chapter we're gonna meet her friend.
But you and I have a connection. You feel it too, right?
You do. Oh gosh, why is this so awkward? Yes, you do. You've been feeling it so much lately for everyone you meet. You thought that maybe you thought you had maybe come across someone who would readily accept your platonic longings without putting you through the ringer first.
You do want to help me, don't you?
You do. You want that more than anything. Amisia looks at you solemnly.
Why don't you do the honors?
She holds out her axe.
I wouldn't offer this to just anyone, but I can tell how special you are.
You're trembling. The troll in the tarp is also trembling, but unlike you, they seem to have accepted their fate. Slowly. Inevitably. You hold out your hand for the axe. Amisia gives it to you with a smile. Oh. I don't like this. I don't like this. I would like to say the past few hours have basically just been an exercise in how much discomfort can I feel. You forgot about your human ribs, your broken ribs, and that you're human and can't just pick up a gigantic freaking axe with one hand. You drop it and it bounces away from you, like way more than you think an axe should probably bounce. You look up at Amisia from where you were doubled over with pain and shame. She laughs and scampers over to retrieve the axe, once again swinging it up without any signs of strain. She doesn't even have any visible muscles. What is this girl made out of?
How silly of me. You seem so culturally advanced that for a second I forgot about your natural inferiority. Here, I'll give you a second chance.
You nod. Yes, please. A second chance that does not include committing gruesome murder.
Usually I just use chains, but I've got a better idea.
Oh. Oh god. You get what she wants you to do. You hesitate and Amisia's smile gets even sweeter. Sweet like poison.
Oh? You don't want to help me?
The tarp crinkles underneath you as you kneel. You grasp the troll's shoulders and mumble an apology. They continue to say nothing. Amisia is sharpening her axe, which already looks pretty darn sharp.
Hold on tight.
You try. You really do. The problem is, you try to hold on tight, but at the same time you try to drag the troll out of the way. Some buried instinct to try to preserve life rising up inside you. You're weak and injured though, so all you end up doing is just flopping both of you a little to the side. Instead of coming down on the neck in a clean slice, Amisia's axe glances off the troll's collarbone, mortally wounding them instead of killing them outright. And now you know why they have not been begging for their life. They don't have a tongue. So they can't beg, but they sure can yell. And thrash. And bleed olive green and alien blood all over you and the tarp. Oh, there's so much blood. Just spurting everywhere. Oh, you are such an idiot. Why couldn't you just commit? Now you're covered in dying alien, and so is everything else. Amisia, the work table, most direly. The canvas is leaning against the wall. Amisia takes one look at them and lets out a wail of rage. I can't believe this! I let you into my hive, into my life. I was planning to let you into my pusher. I thought you were a refined sophisticate. But now I see you're just a Philistine. She gives you a shove toward the elevator. Your ribs are screaming and so is the bleeding troll. You try to babble an explanation. Forget it. I don't want to hear your excuses. Jahut was right. If you want someone killed right, you have to kill them yourselves. You ride the elevator back down, kneeling in a pool of blood and failure. Well, that went well. Terrible at murder. I feel like that's not something I should be ashamed of. Okay, time to go to the next one. Of Ladies Grey and Luci. Oh, can never pronounce anything in Homestuck. Alright, I'm gonna do one more and then I'm gonna call it. I'm starting to get tired. Putting one foot in front of the other, you continue on through this strange alien world. Just when you think stuff is beginning to make sense, it all slips through your fingers and becomes even stranger and more alien. There does, however, seem to be one thing that remains constant through all planets and walks of life. I'm legitimately wondering if our protagonist has, like, serious brain damage that's just making them go, I need the friends, please. That thing is friendship. You are on the prowl for more. How did we get away from the artist? I don't... How did we get away from Amisia? It would have perhaps been wise to stay with one of your wonderful new friends until you are fully healed. But as Martha Stewart said, visitors like fish begin to smell after 3 days. You were almost positive Martha Stewart said that. Nevertheless, you soldier on in your endless quest for companionship. Where will your travels take you next? Alright, so we got a Rust Blood. He looks like a rancher. Or we have Bronya or Ursama, who is Jade. Both of these seem like they might be reasonable people then. But I don't think that there's any really reasonable person. I mean, honestly, at this point, the reasonable person have been the stoner kid who's paranoid for not undue reason, and the kid obsessed with hot dogs who tried to bait us into kissing him. Alright, let's go with the rancher. As dawn approaches, you find yourself heading out of the big city and into the rustic outskirts. Man, the sun sure is bright on this planet. It's rising over the crest of the distant hills, a huge fiery ball. The later it gets, the bigger and bigger it grows, way bigger than you've ever seen the sun on Earth. What's that smell? Could it be your flesh beginning to sizzle? Fantastic! You love the country. No wonder the nightlife seems so active on Alternia. They're all nocturnal to avoid brutal daily roasting. You reach into your pocket for your cool new shades, but you appear to have left them at your friend's house. Well, you were pretty high. You gotta get yourself together. The recent physical trauma and extensive blood loss has you a little fuzzy. You weren't built for this wilderness survival crap. You are starting to wish you'd stolen a Lamborghini or something instead of a spaceship. Yeah, you think that. You think maybe. This seriously isn't looking good. The city is too far away now for you to turn back, so you have no choice but to keep walking. Maybe you can find a cave or a hole in the ground. Maybe you can just cover yourself with grass. You wish that someone had mentioned the Death Sun in between offering you alien meat products and calling you their muse.
Off to your left in the distance, you catch sight of what might be the shimmer of sunlight on glass. A window? A solar panel? You could seriously clean up with the renewable energy on this planet. Could you change your trajectory and go toward the shimmer? It might just be a mirage.
No, I think if we forget it, we're gonna die. Actually, let's just die. I want to see what's gonna happen. Yep, we died.
Honestly, you could probably see this one coming.
Yeah, I figured. Alright. Alright.
You turn your aching, stinging meat sack toward the distant, promising sparkle of safety and succor. You focus on staying upright, one step at a time. Just keep swimming or whatever. Gosh, the sun though. You need SPF 5 million for this nonsense. But then, almost like it has picked itself up to come scuttling to meet you, you suddenly find yourself in front of a long, low structure.
Ah yes, stealing a spaceship, notoriously an easy and consequence-free thing to do, right?
You let out a yelp of anguish, pounding on the door. At least you hope it's the door.
What in the world?
The door opens and you fall inside with one of the most pathetic whimpers of your career. Blessed darkness closes in on you. From right beside you comes a snuffling yip, like some joker is making fun of your dire situation. Something warm and wet glides up your stinging cheek.
Hold on, lady.
Give him some room. A pair of hands help you sit up gently. Your eyes haven't adjusted enough to make out more than a couple shapes, one upright and one lower to the ground.
What were you doing out there? Can you stand?
Strong arms pull you to your feet. You wonder if everyone on this planet is strong or if you are just extremely flimsy. They guide you to a chair at the long end of a table, or at the end of a long table. Stuttering, you begin to explain yourself that you are an injured, exhausted traveler who is ravenous for pals.
Well, bless your heart. But hold on a tick. Dinner's about to burn.
Now that your rescuer mentions it, you do smell something. It smells amazing.
Funny you should blunder in here like that. I was just saying, wasn't I, lady? It's been so long since we had any sort of guests who weren't Imperial droids or out to rob us.
You rub at your watering slowly, clearly.
I'm genuinely surprised that we're still alive. You rub at your watering slowly, clearing eyes, and when you look back up at your rescuer, your rescuer finally comes into focus.
She's tall, taller than anyone else you've met here, you think. Also maybe a little older? Not that you're an expert in troll physiology, she just has an air of knowledgeable competence. She's wearing a fringed jacket and holding up a plate.
There you go. Your oculars feeling any better? By the by, my name's Skylla. Pleasure to meet you. And this here's lady.
She looks down, and at first you think she means the table.
But then you look under the table at the giant monster dog looking back up at you. You don't start. You almost fly backward out of your chair. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. Alright, I need to take a drink. Fill my throat. Drying up. Continue. Whoa there. No need for theatrics.
It looks a little like one of those lassie dogs with the pointed noses, except enormous and pure white. It barks practically shake the whole house.
Hey there, lady. No need to be rude. They've clearly had one heck of a time, and they don't look dangerous. Just really peculiar. Besides, if they try anything, you and me can take them.
Skylla puts her hands on her hips, staring you down with thunderous yellow eyes.
Right. No funny business, you hear?
You swallow and nod, trying to look unthreatening and obliging, ready for anything. For instance, friendship. You are so ready for that. Skylla sits down the plate she's holding.
Here, have a grub cake. There's plenty.
That sounds gross.
Gross as heck! What's sitting on the plate looks and smells exactly like a normal pancake, golden brown and crispy at the edges. There's boiled tree blood too, if you like. Also churned dairy product.
She puts down a carafe of syrup and a dish of butter. And everything here has really weird names. Skylla pours out a cup of some very familiar smelling liquid. Brown bean juice, you guess. Skylla raises an eyebrow. No. That's just coffee. She sits down next to you. You're lucky you were only out in the light at dawn. Nobody wants to be out in direct Alternian sunlight beside Jade Bloods. And no offense, but you certainly ain't any Jade Blood that I've ever seen. At first I thought you were some sort of mutated Lussus, because you don't have horns, and you were just grunting and yipping up a storm back there. But you're an alien, right? Yep. Yes, we are. Thank you. Okay, so this is the thing. I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. Skylla seems like a rational person. Skylla seems too normal. And it's freaking me out. Don't worry. I won't call the drones. I'd best get used to being around aliens anyway. Seeing as how I'm gonna be seeing a whole mess of y'all come next sweep. She laughs nervously. You aren't sure what she's talking about. Do you even need to specify that anymore? It's just natural law at this point. Gravity, the conservation of energy. You don't know what the heck is going on. That's just pretty much normal for Homestuck. Lady, would you mind drawing a bath for our guest? No offense, but you smell like you could use one. You can't argue with that. You offer her a cautious smile. Gosh, she seems so nice and caring. But you've been burned before, hand-cut, and generally kicked around by fate. It's a tough world out there, but you want to trust Skylla. Lady takes a bucket and her muzzle and runs out into the yard, getting up on her hind legs and batting at the door latch to open it. It's adorable. The sun is high enough now that the whole landscape outside is washed in white. Oh gosh, the dog! It's swear for you to worry. Looks like fun going out for a while in the daylight. That coats reflect light or something to that effect. I don't really know how it works. I ain't exactly known for my scientific acumen. You tell her that she seems pretty smart from where you're standing. As cynical as you are becoming, you just can't help trying to be her friend. She's so nice and wow, really pretty. Not that that's a requirement for friendship, but your retinas would have to be way more scalded than they are not to notice that. That's nice of you to say. But it wouldn't even really matter if I was a bona fide genius. Somebody in my cast could never hope to rise up in the ranks. Best I can hope for is hauling crates on some cargo vessel. Ranks? Cargo vessel? You swallow your bite of grub cake, ready to ask her if she is thinking about joining the military, but just then a swell of noise erupts from outside the house. Shouts, crashes, and Lady's frantic barks. Skylla gasps and launches herself out of her chair, knocking over the carafe of syrup. It oozes across the tabletop in a sticky wave. Oh no. Not now. What the heck is going on? Bandits. Oh no! No! Don't take Lassie! No! I feel like my brain is jelly now. Lassie's name, no! You don't get the chance to ask anything else before Skylla careens toward the door, throwing up an arm as blazing white light pours in. Oh gosh, she's going to go outside and burn up. She isn't thinking straight. You've got to do something. Alright, I'm gonna save. Yeah, I can rewrite that one. I'm gonna stop her. Skylla is bigger than you, and she has the strength of both desperation and a superior genome, so you don't feel great about your chances. But you have to try. Skylla is too upset to be careful. You have to stop her from hurting herself. You stumbled into her house all gross and pathetic and alien, and she didn't turn you away. She gave you pancakes. It's important. The pancakes are important. Grub cakes, whatever. And it isn't just the sun. From the number of voices, there's got to be 20 people out there. She doesn't stand a chance. You run up behind her and hook your arms under hers, hauling her back for the armpits. She struggles, jabbing her elbow into your aching ribs. Let me go. You don't understand. They'll take her. Lady!
You hold grimly on, going limp and using gravity and your own dead weight to pull her down to the floor. Through wheezing breaths, you tell her she can't go out there. Didn't she just tell you that you'd never have survived it had been later than dawn? You probably aren't making much sense, but you keep up a straight over this bowl until something catches. Would your Lusses really want this for you, Skylla? Would Lady really want you to sacrifice yourself for her? Skylla goes rigid, and then all the fight that just drains out of her like blood down a drain. She sags back into your arms. The two of you watch Lady thrashing in a huge black net as several of the figures haul her away. The sun is too bright to see them clearly, but they appear to be herding more white creatures out of a paddock and into a collection of vehicles. A herd. She says it so quietly you feel it more than hear it. You continue to watch as Lady is packed into one of the vehicles and they drive away, kicking up clouds of dust that glimmer in the bright sun, or in the brutal sun. You can let go of me now. I'm not going to throw myself out into the daylight like a romance novel heroine. You realize just how tight you're holding onto her and loosen your arms, pulling away and sitting up. Skylla's cheeks are wet with tears, but she quickly shakes her hair to hide her hair into her face to hide it. That makes your heart hurt. You want to tell her that everything is going to be okay, but you make it a point not to lie to your friends. Oh! We do? We have lied so much during this game. Granted, it's been mostly out of self-preservation, but we have lied a whole heck of a lot. But you make it a point not to lie to your friends, which itself is a lie. You have absolutely no idea how it's going to be. And before you can say anything at all, she gets up and disappears through a door and further into the house. You decide to mind your own business. Well, you do try the door, but it's locked. Best to keep occupied and do what you can for her. First, you shut the door to keep out that sweltering heat and blinding light out. Then you tidy up the kitchen a little. Everything here is oddly textured and colored. The shape's unusually organic. Some of it is worryingly scuttly and alive. You do your best. You mop up the syrup and straighten the chairs. You're just trying to figure out how to get the sink to spit out some water onto the dirty dishes when Skylla comes back out. Her eyes are dry and her hair is combed back out of her face. Don't you worry about that. You're gonna break something. She plays with one of her beaded bracelets with nervous little fidgets of one of her fingers. I could never have taken those fellows by myself, especially not in broad daylight. I want to thank you for stepping in and stopping me. I was overwrought. You nod, accepting her thanks. She doesn't seem overwrought anymore, just numb. Wow, this is actually a legitimately terrible situation, not even in a dumb, zany way like all the other, I mean, valid, that has happened to you recently. You wonder who those guys even were. Yeah, I've been wondering the same thing. Lusses thieves. They've come before, but always at night and never in such large numbers. So Lady and me could always take them. I never expected anything like this. For them to come out in force like this in the middle of the day? She sits down at the table, putting her elbow in a patch of syrup you missed. You offer her the dishcloth and notice several other little discolored patches on her arm. It looks like she got burned just from having her arm out the door for like a minute and a half. I'm really glad you didn't let her go out there. You've endured a lot of heinous stuff on your short span on this planet, injuries and lots of added insults to those injuries. But the time you spend with Skylla waiting for the sun to go down is some of the worst and most hopeless. You don't actually know what to say to her. You aren't actually her friend. You aren't even the same species. The Troll-Lusses relationship is a little confusing, but they seem to be some combination of caretaker and pet, more symbiotic than parent and child. Finally, it gets late enough to venture outside, and you follow Scylla out into the empty paddock. There's nothing out there but a broken fence and trampled ground. Lots of kids lose there, Lussi. It's just a part of life. I would have been heading into the ordeals next sweep anyway. I would have never seen her again. But at least I would have gotten the chance to say goodbye. You know. It's
kind of a bummer how resigned everyone on this planet seems to terrible things happening. And again, you guess that's sort of true on your planet, too. Existence, just a gosh darn mess. You try to give her the most understanding look you can. Just a really good and supportive friend face. You're killing it. But Skylla isn't paying attention to your glowing facade. She's reaching into her jacket and pulling out her phone. What the heck? My palm husk is blowing up. Oh gosh. Skylla drops her phone in the dirt and clasps a hand over her mouth. Her eyes sparkle with tears. You pick it up. It's kind of squishy and squirms in your hand a little, which you don't love. You also don't love what's on the screen. It's a troll in a mask holding a gun on Lady, who's still in that net burying her teeth. The gun looks fake, kind of like a Nerf gun. You bet it's not a Nerf gun. The photo is accompanied by more of that spiky text that you can't read. Hey, how can you understand the Alternian spoken language but not the written? That's what I've been wondering! That is what I've been wondering! You decide not to think about it too hard, waste of time. Well, I sent a ransom demand. And they say that if I can't pay, they'll sell her. Troll us are valued for their strength over all the galaxy. The heiress knows about that black market, but she doesn't do anything about it. She just takes a cut. You ask her how much the ransom demand is for, as if you have a penny to your name. She tells you a number that sounds stupidly large, even without knowing the exchange rate to Earth money. They're just mocking me. They know a bronze blood can't afford this. They just want to force me to fail her one more time. Her voice breaks on a sob. You reach over and put your hand on her arm. She looks at you with big, watery eyes, and you brace for her to fall into your arms sobbing. You're actually kind of hoping for it. Not that you're the type to want to profit off another's pain, but you're pretty sure that offering comfort in the time of crisis is the first-class ticket to Friendsville. That sure sounds like wanting to profit off another's pain! Instead, Skylla gives you a hard shove backward. You take 2 stumbling steps and fall on your back. Something squishes underneath you. A cowpat? Or something alive? You aren't sure what you prefer, honestly. Sorry. I didn't actually push you that hard. Your species just seems pretty flimsy. I don't want sympathy right now. Especially not from you. She stands framed between the 2 moons, some trick of perspective making her look just as distant. And just as sad. Not that moons are inherently sad. Whatever, that's not the issue right now. Had Skylla been lying to you before when she said she doesn't blame you? She even thanked you for stopping her from killing herself. Nah, I don't blame you. I just can't stand the sight of you. Looking at you reminds me of losing Lady, and I don't think that'll ever change. Sorry. I really was hoping we could be friends. It's been a really long time since I've seen anybody out here that goes on 2 legs instead of 4. But I just don't think it's gonna work out. Oh. If you start walking now, you can probably make it to the city before sunrise. Or there's a Jade Blood colony nearby if you want to inflict your personal brand of assistance on them. Bye. You leave with your proverbial tail between your legs, and the last glimpse you get of Skylla as she's standing... This is so depressing! And the last glimpse you get of Skylla, she's standing next to the empty paddock, staring at the ground. Oh my gosh. Oh, and she's crying. I'm so sorry, Skylla. You are by far the most rational person I've met here. Alright. We gotta get her happy ending. I mean, happy in quotation marks. Oh wait, what am I doing? I can just load. No, I don't want to overwrite. I want to load. Alright. Skylla plunges out into the daylight in the direction of the commotion, like... yeah, like a... This is gonna go so poorly. I don't understand how this is gonna end up with a happy ending. I feel like we're just both going to die immediately. You barrel out into the blazing... She didn't try to exsanguinate you or anything. I know!
There were no axes involved? She didn't stab me at all? Right? This is a low bar. She didn't try to cancel me. You barrel out into the blazing escape after her. Surprise! It still sucks! You've had sunburns before, but this is ridiculous. This is a freaking monster of a gas giant pointing and laughing at the tiny speck of humanity you represent, trembling before the void. It's a pure assault on all your senses. The light is almost as bad as the heat, and you put up your arms to block the glare, following the dust Skylla kicks up behind her. You doubt your eyes will actually ever adjust to this, but you can see a little better than before. There are about a dozen of them, all of them trolls, all wearing dark, padded outfits that cover their faces. They look halfway between hazmat suits and SWAT uniforms. All of them have big, fake-looking guns that probably aren't fake. In fact, one of them shoots a laser at your face. You duck and it leaves a blazing heat trail across your cheek. But as all of you is currently burning, it doesn't really break your stride. Skylla throws herself into the fray, letting out a war cry accompanied by the sound of a fist hitting flesh. It's 12 against 2, which, if you remember your fractions right, is not unlike 6 against 1. But these guys had probably not been expecting a frontal assault, and they had definitely not been expecting a Skylla who was frankly freaking terrifying. She shoves 3 trolls down like dominoes, grabbing up a discarded gun and shooting all 3 while they're on the ground. You have never been in a fight before, a freaking all-out brawl. It's scary, but now that you were in the thick of it, it's also kind of awesome. Sure, your skin is burning and you could be killed at any moment, but that's just how it goes on this planet. You just gotta get into the swing of things. Take no prisoners, kill or be killed, heck yeah! You pop one of the bandit trolls in the face. Of course we can't even throw a punch. Adorable. That probably hurt your fist more than it hurt that troll. Well, that is what happens when you try to punch without, learning how to punch. Oh, good times. But it just throw them off balance for long enough for Skylla to smash the butt off of her gun into the side of their head. Oh, great. Fantastic. Yeehaw! You know, I really thought I was doing the right thing by helping her out. That was clearly the wrong thing. Heck yeah. She gives you a wild grin. The two of you are beaming at each other while a hostile alien sun tries to boil away the liquid from your eyeballs. You are both definitely getting cancer. And a bunch of bandits try to jog nap a giant monster. You love this girl. In a friendship way. But still, you love her. You make an awesome team. Another troll comes up behind Skylla and she smashes an elbow into their throat, grabbing them by the front of their uniform and suplexing them onto the dusty ground. She wails on them with her bare hands. Gosh, she's really hot. Well, at least this time it sounds like she's perhaps age appropriate. Get lady. I mean, I don't know how old trolls are when they get sent off to space. She's just a year younger than that. Or half a year? How much is a sweep again? Oh gosh. It was 6 sweeps is 13 years? So maybe 2 years away? I don't even know. Oh right. You stumble over to where the Lussus is thrashing inside a big black net. They get sent off at like age 21. Okay. Where the Lussus is thrashing inside a big black net. You don't have any way to cut her free, but she's already doing already doing great on her own, biting through the fibers with her big sharp teeth. You hold the net still for her to finish the job, then pull it off her so she can join the fray. It's over fast after that. How did they even get Lady into the net in the first place? She's so giant and quick, grabbing trolls in her jaws and shaking them like chew toys. The remaining 5 who are still standing jump into their weird little dune buggies and make tracks.
Emphasis on the bug. They look like scuttling little beetles. Skylla chases after them for a few hundred yards, throwing the gun after them and shouting obscenities. And stay away, you hear? Tell the rest of them why you don't ever mess with a rusty ranch. She stands silhouetted against the blazing sun. She's definitely gonna get skin cancer, but she won the fight. The dust trails vanishing into the distance. You are awash in heady victory, giggling like a lunatic, before the adrenaline kind of drains out of you all at once. You are violently reminded of your messed up ribs and recent blood loss. That's true. How did you even do that? You still have, like, no blood. It's only been 3 days, right? The Alternian sun beats down and your arms are already covered in raised patches of red skin. This is a sunburn turned up to 11. Whoa there, are you? Are you okay? No, we are not okay. Skylla is swaying too. A spray of olive green blood covers her cheek. At least the rainbow blood on this planet means you can be sure it isn't hers. But she still looks rough. Kind of how you feel. Lady! Come here, girl. Wow, you're gonna sit down. Maybe just take a little break. The pale landscape's whoops going even paler. No, you can't rest here. You'll die. Well, Skylla, if you haven't figured it out, we are pretty freaking dumb. We are pretty freaking dumb. I'm not letting anything happen to my new best friend. Get up. New best friend? Why? Why are we so freaking weird? Why are we so freaking weird? Yeah, sure, that makes you so happy. You absolutely can't die here. Not when then you've just me and an amazing friend. No. Somehow the two of you managed to drag each other across the yard toward the house. Hive, you're gonna get this lingo down if it kills you. Whenever you feel yourself about to fall forward, you lean on Skylla. When you start to fall back, Lady is there to brace herself against the back of your knees. She's such a good lussus. You wonder if she'll be your friend too. Her muzzle is dripping with a soup of multicolored alien blood. When you get back into the darkness of the hive... Yeah, you don't say. You don't say you can't see anything. Dang, your species really isn't suited for this kind of environment, huh? You can't even see in the dark. Friendship. Exactly, Kita, you get it. In demonstration, you walk right into the table. You've about had it with tables. You are sworn enemies at this point. Please don't knock down my nutrition platform. I built it myself. That sounds exhausting, but Kitty. Dang, you really did that thing, didn't you? Or she sounds exhausted, but Kitty. Dang, you really did that thing, didn't you? You kind of want to go in for the hug, but that sunburn is really something. It feels like tiny needles piercing your arms and cheeks. The back of your neck is a colony of fire ants. Oh, yeah. It feels real bad, don't it? Come here. There's only one cure for sun rash. Skylla takes your hand. Gosh, this is next level friendship stuff. She leads you through her hive, and who knows if you are ever going to get all of your vision back. Maybe you are just blind for life? You'll have to get a cane and a whimsical aesthetic and learn to navigate the world by smell alone. No, that would be stupid. Here we go. My coop isn't huge, but you're kind of scrawny. What are you waiting for? Take your clothes off. Man, sun must have messed with more than just your eyes, because you could have sworn Skylla just told you to take your clothes off? You are not seriously getting to my recuperaccoon in those filthy rags. I'm not even sure what those clothes were supposed to be originally. Yeah, you weren't so sure about your look either. Another new friend of yours told you it was rad, but you were both a little high at the time. You might be a little high right now. You wonder if sunstroke causes auditory hallucinations. Also, you don't know what a recuperaccoon is. Really? And what the heck do you sleep in on your planet? You hear rustling, followed by the sound of clothes hitting the floor, and then a weird gloop gloop, like someone getting into a bathtub, only thicker.
If a troll didn't have soap, or, well, I don't really know what would happen. But I reckon it wouldn't be great. It can speed the healing process for burns and small wounds. I'm not sure what it's gonna do to your weird alien anatomy, but I don't see as how it's gonna make it any worse. You can tell Skylla that in your experience, things can always get worse. Especially from her perspective right now, since she's about to see you naked. Nothing like a little self-deprecating humor is an A+ cover for debilitating insecurity. Yep. Skylla laughs. Come on now. I'm sure you're a perfectly healthy example of your species. Just get in already. I promise this isn't any sort of pale solicitation. Or flush, for that matter. I know it's awkward, but I only got the one coop. Right, okay, yeah. You can totally do this. You can make this not weird. Of course. You trip taking off your... This is so awkward, but somehow, like, not more awkward than the attempted Lady and the Tramp kiss with Diemen. That was more awkward. You trip taking off your pants, and Skylla starts laughing all over again. Not in a mean way, more in a chill, please join me in my slime bathtub, old chum way. In a non-awkward way. In a friend way. This is what friendship looks like. That is sure what friendship looks like. Yup. We did it. I feel really good about all of that. I feel really happy. I definitely like Alternia. I want to spend more time there. And I'm only on chapter 3, and there's, what, 18 chapters?